right, what's going on, family? We are here, right here, live on Ustream. Welcome to the Tariq Elite Show. We're making it do what it do. Letting everybody know that we're live right now on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me at Tariq Nasheed on Twitter. A lot of stuff we got to talk about tonight. Ladies and gentlemen. I've been on Twitter all day. So what's going on? I'm still reading my Twitter. A lot of stuff going on as far as these police shootings that happened yesterday. And we're going to get into that. Let me see. The phone number is 818-850-5404, ladies and gentlemen. That's the phone number to the show. And let me see if my phone lines are working correctly real quickly before I get into the game. And I'd like to thank everybody for getting the Macish package. I'd like to thank everybody for getting the Macish package. We had a big sale on the Macish package recently, last week. A lot of folks got the package. There we go. So the phone line's working good. And shout out to everybody who's rocking those boots and those Melanoid Nation t-shirts. Shout out to the brothers and sisters doing that. And everything like that. So the room is filling up right now. A lot of folks are getting up in the room. I know everybody's getting ready for the holidays. Christmas, Kwanzaa, all that good stuff coming up. So a lot of people are off work. A lot of people out of school, so a lot of people are going to be in the room tonight chopping up game with the family. Some real deep stuff that we gotta discuss tonight, man, about what's going on in this country. We all know about the whole thing with Sony, the Sony movie company. They were going to put out a movie about basically killing the leader over there in North Korea, and some North Korean hackers got at Sony. They got at Sony heavy. And I said a while back, with all this stuff that's going on as far as white supremacy in America, white supremacy is an unjust system. It's a system of injustice by its definition. People trying to deny white supremacy doesn't change the fact that it's a reality and it is unjust. Some black people choose to ignore white supremacy, even though that we know that the system is a reality. It is here and it is unjust. There's some black people who will say, well, I'm not going to acknowledge white supremacy because that'll make me feel inferior. Acknowledging somebody has a gun on you doesn't make you inferior. It acknowledges that there's somebody there trying to disenfranchise you or disempower you using force. Just because you acknowledge a person standing over you with a knife, that don't mean you're admitting to be inferior. You're not inferior because somebody has a lot of weaponry on you. And that's the thing that black folks have to understand. Acknowledging white supremacy is acknowledging that you are under military control if you are a person who is classified as black. That's a harsh reality. Now you say, I can do what the fuck I want to do. I do what I want to do. I go where I want to go. I do what I want to do. But under the system of white supremacy, you do what a lot of times the white supremacists will allow you to do. And you can be off the plantation as much as you can. A lot of people still live on the proverbial plantation, and they think that they got this freedom. They got the freedom to walk around the plantation. The plantation has just gotten bigger. But you're under military control, and the Ferguson situation showed you that. But again, like I said, the system of white supremacy is unjust. And when you see a system like that that is unjust, the world sees that. Again, I've been around the world, and the world sees the unjustness of white supremacy. And what happens is when you see all types of civil unrest like we're seeing now in America, that makes us weak as a society. When you are weak as a society, like we talked about in Hidden Colors 2, the dogs come sniffing. people will capitalize off that weakness. And white supremacy has always been a weakness. The white supremacist thinks that it's a strength, but it's a weakness. And North Korea capitalized off that weakness. They showed the United States as being vulnerable. And a lot of countries have always used America's racism, which is white supremacy. Let's be very clear. America's white supremacist views has always been used against America. Follow me, feel what I'm saying. So North Korea, the world knows how white supremacy, they know that it's the dominant system in America. Black folks here pretend they don't know. There's some black people who play the coon train role. They know, and the world knows. And Sony hacked those emails and found all of those racist emails with those executives at Sony. And conversations like that, nobody's shocked. And these people had these racist conversations about Obama. They were talking greasy about Kevin Hart. They were talking greasy about Denzel. They were just talking real greasy. And what they did, Sony first embarrassed these executives who were going to release this movie. Sony was going to release this anti-North Korean movie. So the first thing that the North Koreans did, they embarrassed these executives so that nobody would want to be around them, so that nobody could come to their rescue, so that nobody would try to co-sign them or defend them. That's number one. After they embarrassed these people, then they start making threats to the movie theaters and saying if this movie is going to be released, you know, some of these theaters might get blown up. And Sony said, okay, well, now we're going to go ahead and back on up out of this because we don't know how serious these people are. And also they said they might release more emails. So, you know, and the president got out and said, Sony should not have pulled out, blah, blah, blah. But nobody knows if they're bluffing or not. You know, Korea has nuclear capabilities. And you have North Korean people over here. You have Korean people over here who might identify with their home country. So, remind me to talk about 90 Day Fiancé. Remind me to talk about 90 Day Fiancé for a minute. What did my man say? My man just, I don't want to get sidetracked. Just remind me later. Remind me later. Remind me later of what old dude, of that show. Because my man he's saying some real player shit. But, like I was saying, with North Korea, they used America's white supremacist views against them, which is a weakness. They use that against them. What's up, Ty? And people are scrambling, we should not have bowed down to them, shouldn't bow down to terrorists and all this old stuff. But you notice what happened with the North Koreans, black folks learned something. They got something done without marching, without yelling, without rioting, without protesting. You see? And they did it without even showing their faces. See, that's how the white supremacists operate. You know, a lot of the white supremacists, they operate behind the scenes. The majority of the white supremacists in America, they operate behind the scenes. So we got to look and see how the game is being played. The white supremacists, just like these people in these grand juries and these witnesses for the grand jury, they operate behind the scenes. Now, some of them have been outed, like that one white supremacist lady who lied about being there in Ferguson when she was nowhere near Ferguson, they found out. And they got outed. But for the most part, these people, the white supremacists, they do things behind the scene. They troll under fake accounts. They'll put like somebody with nothing to lose in the forefront, like, what's his name? The former mayor of New York. What is his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, what's his name? What's that man's? It's on the tip of my tongue. What's the former mayor of New York? What's that? What's his name, family? It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm having a brain freeze right now. Look like I'm having a computer freeze, too. Giuliani. There you go. Giuliani. There you go. Giuliani. Now they put Giuliani up there in the forefront where he has nothing to lose. He's basically at the end of his political career, so he's just campaigning for a job on Fox News. You understand? They'll put these at the end of these dudes' career. You notice when they're journalism career is over, or their political career is over, or their police career is over, or their acting career is over, they all go over to Fox News. There's a whole new job over there for them at Fox News, regurgitating white supremacist rhetoric. Just like Stacey Dash, her acting career is done. So now she's a shill for the white supremacists over at Fox News. Geraldo, his journalism career was over. Now he's a shill for the white supremacists at Fox. But for the most part, the white supremacists are behind the scenes because they have a code of conduct. Their code of conduct, they get on that code and everybody sticks with the code. The North Koreans was on a code. They got on a code. Kept their identities quiet. They let people know who was happening. Hey, they let people know this is us that's doing it, by the way. So you're not going to target one of us because you don't know which one of us is doing this. So they stayed behind the scenes and got something done. See, the thing is with black folks, our weakness, and people exploit our weakness. Our weakness is, number one, we're desperate for attention. Black people are desperate for attention. We like to be seen. So we like to be out there the loudest, yelling out all our business. And that's cool strategically, again, to get international support. But we stay on that and then we start trying to fight and bicker about who should be in front of the camera like those coonettes did last week, jumping on stage with Sharpton. We were here first. We should be up here. Silly little nigga shit that don't get nothing done. That desperation for attention, you want to run around Walmart with a bullhorn yelling, putting your shit up on YouTube. We always want to be in front of the camera yelling. And sometimes you just need to sit back and handle business and strategize and just get a code out there instead of being all disorganized over bullshit. And a lot of times what happens is that a lot of people will get down with our causes or get down with certain movements and then try to derail it. There was a young lady, and I hope she's watching tonight, a young lady who was down with that crowd. She was, I think she's a lesbian from what she was relaying to me. And I wanted her to call in. She's like, well, I'll have to send you an email because I don't want to be baited. And all. I don't bait people. And I let her know, sister, if you stand by your rhetoric, if you stand by what you believe in, nobody can bait you in anything. I'll do an interview with anybody. If anybody has a problem with what I say, I have no problem being interviewed by them. I welcome it, as a matter of fact. Anybody can interview me. My phone line right now is lit up. My phone number is 818-850-5404. People can call me anytime and ask me anything you want to ask. I don't have shit to hide. Nobody can bait you if you stand on what you believe in. If you stay true to what you're talking about, nobody can bait you. You can explain what you got to say without somebody tripping you up. You can't trip me up because I'm just going to spit the truth. Just like with the history, though, with the Hidden Colors film, nobody can really debunk Hidden Colors. If they could, they would have done it already. If you see a couple of people trolling, talking about that shit from Hidden Colors is a bunch of bullshit, that's just somebody trolling. Because you notice nobody never specifies what exactly they have a problem with in the Hidden Colors movies. What's true or what they think is not true. Because I can back up all that stuff. But the thing is, this young lady, she was like, well, Tariq, how come in Hidden Colors, I liked Hidden Colors, but how come you didn't mention the contributions of gay black people? I said, well, sister, when people ask me who I didn't put in the movie, usually those are people who are not that serious, to be honest. Just like the super coon was like, how come ain't no Jews in there, everybody? You know, then you get cast, well, how come ain't no Israelites in there? You know, when people start, if you're complaining about what's not in Hidden Colors, you're just reaching for something to complain about. We got so much stuff in the movie. I mean, shit. If your complaint is what we don't have in Hidden Colors, you're just literally reaching for an argument at that point. And people do that because they can't debunk what's in it. You can't debunk what's in it, so what you try to do is create a narrative about what we didn't put in there and then complain about that. And the girl just kind of went on and on. I mean, there's a lot of gay black people, intersectionality, and there's a lot of gay contributions. They should not have been omitted. I said, well, sister, how come you haven't done that? If you want to see the contributions or see a film of the contributions of gay black people, how come you haven't done that? Well, then people start stuttering and then backtracking and stuff. How come Soulja Boy went in? How come Erykah Badu went in Hidden Colors? I don't know why. There's a lot of people in there that I like that ain't in there. I mean, damn. We only got it's a 2-hour movie. There's only so much we can put in there. We're talking about history. And if you want to talk about gay history, do a movie talking about gay history if it's that important to you. Obviously, it's not that important to you if you have not done a movie like that, or if you have not done any kind of work that reflects the gay community, the black gay presence and contributions to society. If you haven't done a movie like that, you understand that? Because when you start nitpicking like that, people don't take you seriously. And truth be told, some of the people in some of the Hidden Colors films, the historical figures, were suspected of being gay. For example, there was a guy named Angelo Solomon. We talked about him in the first Hidden Colors film. He's a guy who lived in the 1700s. Now, there was a rumor that he had a gay relationship with some musician in Germany. But again, that information was really irrelevant. Why even bring that up? Our point was to bring up the man's contributions to society and all that. Him sleeping with a dude or a chick, what does that have to do with who he is and what his contribution was? You understand that? So when people do that, use that argument, how come we are omitting the gays? You don't know who's gay or not. We could be talking about a lot of gay people, but you don't know that they're gay. Because who you sleep with shouldn't matter with your contributions, and who you sleep with is not really a factor that should determine what you're going to contribute. You understand? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If who you laying up with, how does that contribute, or how does that factor in to what you're going to contribute in life? Yeah, that's the man's personal life. Just like with James Baldwin. She was like, the girl, like, how come you didn't bring up James Baldwin? I'm a fan of James Baldwin, and people in the civil rights movement, they respected James Baldwin, and everybody knew James Baldwin was gay, but nobody really brought it up because who gave a fuck? How does James Baldwin's sexual life play into the civil rights movement? Everybody was down with with James Baldwin and Baynard Rustin. They knew he was gay, and the Langston Hughes, people knew these dudes were gay. A lot of folks were. Moms Mabley, the comedian, was gay. She was hilarious. And she kept it on the low, but that was an open secret with a lot of black comedians. So nobody tripped on that. Just like now. There's a lot of gay people in Hollywood now. Black. That we know are gay. We don't say nothing about it. What does that have to do with anything? You understand? So people have this old false equivalency argument about intersectionality when there's certain people who don't want their personal business out there like that. Alvin Ailey, of course. We respect Alvin Ailey. Yeah, Langston was gay. Nobody cares if the dude is gay or not. Who cares who you lay up with? You dig? Yeah, how come Michael Jordan went in Hidden Colors? There's rappers who are gay. Shit. So again, when people try to create that false narrative, it's hard to be taken seriously. And also what happens is that deflects from taking care of our main issue, which is destroying the system of white supremacy to bring justice. We need justice instead of white supremacy. We don't need two justice systems based on race. That's unjust. And that weakens the system. And talking about, well, we can do both. We can have intersectionality. Well, you can do both, but what's the point of doing both when one thing isn't threatened? Nobody's really locking you up based on who you choose to have sexual relations with. Nobody's disenfranchising you as far as housing and education and all this stuff. You're not being shot down daily based on who you laying up with. or who you choose to identify with sexually. We're in a situation where your blackness is getting you killed out here daily by suspected white supremacists, and it's being legalized. And we out here trying to come up with ways to protect ourselves from that, because now you got police forces out here. The police force didn't say we're going to wage war on gay people. They say we waging war on black folks. They're targeting black people. So that whole narrative of intersectionality, that's like being on the bottom of a slave ship, y'all all in chains, talking about they threw down more food to you because you ain't gay. Like, player, we both on the bottom of a damn slave ship. Whoever threw down food to us and who got more food, well, we're on the bottom of a slave ship right now. So there's no intersectionality there. We're both stuck. And see, I think a lot of people do that so they can try to identify with the white gay movement. And I've said repeatedly that there are white gay supremacists. The gay white supremacists exist. The white gay community can be just as racist as the non-gay community. You dig? So we got to get off the bullshit and deal with the systematic white supremacy that's killing black, straight, and black gay. The gun is trained on both of us. They got guns trained on both of us. And I know a lot of gay brothers and sisters out there marching in Ferguson. The National Guard did not point the guns at the straight and didn't point it at the gay brothers. They had those tear gas bottles and guns pointed at everybody who was black. Wasn't no intersectionality there. Y'all both getting tear gas talking about, well, what about gay rights? Really? You both got to put milk on your face to get the tear gas off, and you arguing about gay rights. That's going to get you killed. That type of talk will get you killed in wartime. And we are in wartime right now. You know why we're in wartime? Because the police, they've said it. And we did an article on melanoidnation.org. The police union captain, what's his name? Pat Lynch. And Lynch is a very appropriate name. When the two police officers were shot yesterday, Pat Lynch jumped out there. First, Pat Lynch put out a memo. He put out a memo. It circulated around the police departments and it circulated online because a lot of cops tweeted it. And then they took it back and said they didn't send it because people are like, wait a minute, y'all going too far. The memo was talking about, we are now a wartime police department. We will act accordingly. So now it's like they're declaring war. Who you declaring war on? The only people you guys are attacking with impunity are black people, so it's only safe to believe that they're declaring war on the black community. You dig? Man, I wish one of those gay brothers and sisters call up so I can school them. Those gay feminist organizations and those white feminist organizations, dude, and these so Mother Against GLAAD and all that shit, all those gay white feminists and regular white feminists and gay organizations, a lot of those people were supporting George Zimmerman during the Trayvon Martin situation. They were speaking out against Trayvon Martin. They were showing their true colors. When shit goes down, they know how to show their true colors. They know how to show their true colors. So I don't know why black people thrive and strive for this connection with these people. But Pat Lynch was talking about, I'm going to get to the bottom of who's responsible. All the people who's responsible for this are going to be brought to justice. Now, understand, the person who allegedly shot these police officers, he was killed. All right? It was a lone gunman and he was killed. But Pat Lynch still did a press conference talking about all the people involved are going to be brought to justice. Who in the hell is he talking about? Who are you talking about? If who are all these people you talking about? See, they throwing out these little code words. See, when they and I talked about this on Twitter, when there is a white suspect accused of killing a whole bunch of people, especially cops, they say, okay, this was a lone crazed gunman. Now, when a black person shoot cops, all of a sudden it's Sharpton's fault. Al Sharpton got blood on his hands. Eric Holder got blood on his hands. Obama has blood on his hands. The black protesters have blood on their hands. It's the black guerrilla family gang. You see how they do that? And y'all got to be very careful with the words that these white supremacists are saying. Don't sit up and talk about what he's not going to do, because these people got the muscle, and a lot of black folks out here cowardly to stand up for themselves, and these people out here wrecking shop, and brothers need to be careful. Got to be careful here, because these people are seriously waging war on melanoid people. And that in the NYPD shooting is something that the white supremacists were waiting on. You got white supremacists who were sitting in the wings just waiting, which is fine. Which is fine, because the thing is, black folks think that they can just sit up here and just act like secondary citizens and second-class citizens and just let shit go on. They're not even letting you do that no more, unfortunately. They're not going to just let you go along to get along while they beat up a few of you, and they might get you, and if you just hang your head down low, they won't get you. They're not letting you go out like that. These folks are going to start waging an all-out war on all of us. And black folks think lining up for the new Jays is something to do at this point in time. You understand? Look at what the words they say. This whole black guerrilla family thing. And let me hip y'all to some shit. Now, notice this guy, I think his name is Ismail something. What was it? The gunman, the alleged gunman. The alleged gunman. They're trying to throw the Muslims under the bus. Oh, he was a Muslim, so that's another way to jab at the Muslims. And they're saying that, okay, he's a lone guy. He shot his girlfriend, and nobody's released the name of this girlfriend, by the way. I heard she was shot and wounded. Then somebody said she was shot and killed. So I don't know the details. That's why I can't condemn or condone it, because I don't know what happened. See, right now you got a lot of black people around the country that's buck dancing and apologizing. Black folks are going out of their way to apologize. And that's another thing. When one black person does a crime, a heinous crime, the whole black community is made to apologize. We got to roll out here and systematically condemn the person like we had something to do with it. Yeah, Ishmael Brinsley. When we get killed by white cops or white vigilantes or whatever, nobody apologizes to us. People sit up and say, well, shit, what about black on black crime? We get that all day. We don't get no apologies. Nobody's apologized. No. Did anybody apologize for George Zimmerman? Nobody apologized for Eric Garner. Nobody apologized for Tamir Rice. Nobody apologized for him. Nobody apologized for Mike Brown. Nobody apologized for Akil, your brother who was shot in the stairway in Brooklyn. Nobody apologizes when they kill us. But when one black person kills somebody, oh, we got to be out of here. Oh, we so sorry. Oh, we condemn that. We so sorry. Eric Garner's wife had to apologize. Sharpton apologized. That there's churches all around the country apologizing and all this old stuff. And my thing is just stop apologizing. Not to say that you condone anything, but I'm saying why apologize? That's not going to stop them from coming at you. We think if we keep apologizing, that's going to stop them. These white supremacists, they're ignoring your apologies. They're ignoring your apologies. They don't give a shit. They acting like you're not even apologizing. They don't care. They still want to use this as an opportunity to wage war on black folks. And again, I can't condemn or condone what happened because I need to see more facts. I don't know what happened. I can't condemn or condone. I don't know all the facts. I need to know more details. I need to know more facts. I need to wait till the facts come in. I can't speak on that. And that's how you should get down. You know, people are like, oh, it's just horrible that what happened. Oh, that nigger, it was horrible what he did. Oh, that was horrible. That those cops got killed. That was horrible. People are criticizing the game because the rap of the game had said something. And again, I just need to see more facts because, you know, it's very dangerous to jump to conclusions because you don't know the facts. Ain't that what they told us with Mike Brown? With the Mike Brown situation, there were dozens of people who said Mike Brown had his hands up and he was killed with his hands up. But evidently, when the facts came in, Mike Brown basically beat up Darren Wilson. You couldn't see the scratches, but he beat him up according to some of these witnesses. Some happened to be white supremacists who weren't there, but according to their testimony, he beat up Darren Wilson and got shot and ran through the bullets and then died. So we didn't have all the facts. So I don't have all the facts in the situation with the officers getting killed. So I can't speak on that. I can't condone or condemn any of that because I would need more facts in. But black people think that this whole second-class citizen shit is going to fly. They're not allowing you to be on that second-class citizen shit right now. These people are making all-out attacks on you. And I was tweeting on Twitter. I was retweeting a lot of these white supremacists who were sitting up here talking about the solution to the black problem. They got guns and they talking all about we gonna wipe these niggas out and nigga this and nigga that and just nigga. And what's funny about that is that when police officers, white cops, shoot black folks and we say, hey, this white cop shot us, we're told, well, damn it, it ain't about race. Stop making it about race. This is about bad cops. This is about resisting arrest. Stop making it about race, black folks. Now, this one black dude shoots these cops. All of a sudden, these niggas, these low-down niggas. You dig? So we got to understand where we at right now, family. It's time to really get serious. It's time to protect yourself. Standing in line for the new Jays is not where it's at. And also another thing that the white supremacists like to do, and this is something that black folks like to pick up on. The white supremacists love to try to make black people stand up to this moral high ground that they won't stand up to. They will sit up and tell us, well, two wrongs don't make a right. They'll stand there with their guns telling us, well, Martin Luther King said you got to be nonviolent. That's what Cliven Bundy was talking about. Remember Cliven Bundy? When they found out that he was a little old white supremacist? His whole movement was about standing up with your arms against the police. He got his guns, and now he's telling black folks, oh, well, Martin Luther King said you're supposed to be nonviolent. And black folks sit up and buy this bullshit where we gotta take the moral high road over everybody else. That's why you notice people keep making these Gandhi quotes. A lot of black people have been quoting Gandhi. And we talked about this on my Instagram and Facebook. That whole turn the other cheek bullshit that they love to put on us when they got their guns in hand. When these police officers were killed, there were a lot of black folks who were on social network and social media outlets kind of, praising it a little bit. And the white supremacists, oh, no, that was wrong. But the white supremacists were doing the same thing. When Tamir Rice got shot, they were praising it. When Mike Brown got shot, they were praising it. When Eric Garner got killed, the white supremacists were praising all of that on the social media site. So don't condemn one and then allow the other, because nobody's death should be praised. So don't pop up all of a sudden talk about how wrong it is to praise somebody's death. And for the last year, all of these black people getting killed, they've been praised. Their murders have been praised. Trayvon Martin had all types of Facebook pages with his dead body circulated around the internet. People praising and celebrating the death of black children and black people. Now, all of a sudden, it's wrong to do. And now all of a sudden people want to quote Gandhi, talking about an eye for an eye makes the world blind. Quote Gandhi. Y'all know how I feel about Gandhi. I put up a real quote of Gandhi. I put up a quote. Yeah, that violence is not the answer while they have their guns in their hands. We're getting told violence is not the answer, but they're strapped to the teeth. And I put up a quote about Gandhi. I said, Gandhi also said, y'all keep leaving out, that black folks were uncivilized, untrustworthy, animalistic. So Gandhi said a whole bunch of greasy shit about black folks with his little eye for an eye bullshit. So don't come around here quoting no Gandhi if you're not going to quote all of Gandhi. Because Gandhi didn't even live up to the quotes he was putting out there with his little racist pedophile ass. And we talked about him in Hidden Colors too. I suggest you go to hiddencolorsfilm.com and get the movie Hidden Colors 2. Because we broke Gandhi down. A lot of folks didn't know that he was a racist. Gandhi was a major racist. We broke all that down in Hidden Colors 2. And even though we pointed out Gandhi's racism, do you know there were a couple of black folks still trying to co-sign Gandhi? There was a girl arguing with me on Twitter talking about, well, just because Gandhi was racist, that don't mean that his words weren't true. You know, just because a person acts a certain way, that don't mean we can't take the good from what they say now. I said, ma'am, Gandhi would have looked at you as being an uncivilized nigger. I don't really want to quote the words and take the words of somebody who looked at me as an uncivilized nigger. A kafir, which is the word they use in South Africa for a nigger. And the thing is, that's that whole slave mentality that black folks have. Black people have regressed back into that slave mentality. That slave mentality tells black folks to sit around and accept abuse, accept it for massa. Massa's just, he's a certain way. You don't want to challenge massa. He acts a certain way, but please forgive massa. If I take the moral high ground, that'll make me good in massa's favor. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that wading in the water bullshit. Yeah, that's that old Tina Turner, I'm getting abused, but Ike is going through trouble now. Ike is under a lot of pressure. He beats me, but Ike is under a lot of pressure now. That's that Tina Turner shit. That's all. What's the love got to do with it? What's up, baby girl? That's that what's love got to do with it nonsense. What are you doing, man? What's mom and granny doing upstairs? What they doing upstairs? That's messed up. Go up there and chill with granny. What's TJ doing? Is he up? Yeah. Oh, girl. Yeah, but yeah, that old Lord forgive him. Yeah, that's that slave mentality. And just like when people start talking about, well, what about gay rights and all that? That's black folks. That's that slave thing where you want to sit up and put everybody's needs in front of your own. That's that slave shit. Thank you very much. My daughter's beautiful. I took my daughter driving today. Scared the hell out of me and Grandma. Grandma was terrified in the car. But she did good. But like I said, a lot of black folks got that mentality where that slave shit where you put everybody's needs above your own. I know we getting beat in white supremacy, but what about the gays? The gays need us to fight for them too. You putting everybody's needs above your own. You sacrificing yourself for everybody else. That's that kunta slave bullshit. Now Massa was a good man. I fight for you, Massa. We sick. You neglect your kids for Massa's kids. You understand that? You neglect your family for Massa's family. That's that slave mentality, man. And these people wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. All these groups you so-called sacrificing yourself for. That's why black folks are the only people talking about, well, what about black and Hispanic? What about black and brown? What about black and gay? What about all people? What about people of color? What about black and women? We're the only people who do that old slave ass shit. We're the only people who do that, man. That's slave talk. You trying to sacrifice yourself for everybody damn else while you stay on the bottom. You comfortable with being on the bottom. That's cowardly. That's a very cowardly slave mentality. You got to understand, man, after the Civil War, man, there was a lot of people on them plantations who were black who were fighting the North. They were fighting for the right to stay on them plantations. You go hide. I got you, massa. I's a hide you, massa. Go look at the movie Gone with the Wind. Go look at the movie Gone with the Wind. They had that whole thing in Gone with the Wind. That's that whole mentality. I saw Gone with the Wind on a plane. And I'm like, good Lord, there's Negroes like that now. But that whole, Missy, we's gonna help you. The plantation got blown up, but we's gonna stay here and help you get it built back up, Missy. That die for your massa shit. That old Green Mile bullshit. Yeah, oh yeah, a black person told on John Brown, probably Larry Elder's relatives. And I was going there. Me and Larry Elder were going back and forth last night on Twitter. The train just pulled all the way up with Larry Elder. The train just pulled all the way up with him. Larry Elder said, and he's on the train so hard, I don't even take what Larry Elder says too seriously no more. He was talking about, he was like, unlike Trayvon Martin and Eric Garner and Mike Brown and Tamir Rice, those police officers didn't provoke their killing. They were just sitting in the car dressed in blue. Larry Elder tweeted that last night. I had to retweet it just so people could see that. Larry Elder tweeted that. I'm like, you ain't that much of a damn buck dancer, dude. What's up, babe? What's it? What are you doing, babe? Okay. Then I called him out on that. He kept deflecting with me. He kept deflecting. What did Blanco do?
I'm down here.
Okay, and take that bowl upstairs.
No.
Yeah, you are. Oh, but Larry Elder is hilarious, man. Yeah, it's an act. You can't. Nobody's that much of a damn coon. It's an act, and that's why they got to get new shills like that. Because Larry Elder, I don't even think the white supremacists take him seriously no more. That's why he got fired. Larry Elder got fired from his job, so I don't even think they take him too seriously at this point, because there's only so much buck dancing you can do until they say, yeah, okay, that's enough. The 90-day fiance. What did he? Hold on, I gotta ask Peanut. He said something that I was dying laughing on. Peanut. Hold on. 1 second. She's getting on the dog's cases. One of the dogs must have peed in the house or something. Yeah, but Larry Elder is funny. Oh yeah, and I wanted to touch on that. Now, like I was saying about old dude, the guy Ishmael Brinkley or whatever his name, the alleged shooter of those cops, they keep saying he's part of a gang. First they kept saying he was part of a gang. And that's very important why they spit that gang stuff. Because when they tie you into a gang, they can get a whole bunch of you. That's why Bobby Smurda got arrested the other day. Did y'all see him get arrested? Bobby Smurda, he got arrested in a recording studio, and they walked him and his people out in a single file line as if they were on a damn slave block. And they did that for a very specific reason, to show you are still enslaved. Because the thing is, and I was arguing with some people on Twitter about that, on Instagram about that. They were like, well, fuck that nigga. That's what he get. He shouldn't have been selling them drugs. That's more cowardly nigga talk. And look, even though he's been doing it, he's cooning or whatever. You can say that. But again, I don't never co-sign any black person being unjustly subjugated by white supremacy. That's something I just don't co-sign. And the thing is, with Bobby, I don't think Bobby himself was selling drugs. What they did, they got him on a conspiracy charge. When you look at the charges, the whole crew got the same charge. So basically that means that they got him on one of them all-in laws. And black folks, something about black people, you don't understand these all-in laws. You don't understand these conspiracy laws. This is why they always try to say you're part of a gang. They keep saying gang and thug. These are code words to imply that there's this group criminal activity. So when they keep using the word thug and gang and all of this stuff, this is to imply criminal group activity. So if they get one black person, they can get all of you on the same charge. Because they got to fill these prisons up. So getting one or two black folks, that's too slow. They come up with ways to get all of you in one swoop. So Bobby Smurda, I doubt if he was selling drugs. His friends probably were selling drugs. So since they say that they're part of a clique or a crew, that's all they need. So now they're going to get the whole crew. So now a lot of dudes will call their record label, this is the clique, the G9 clique, or the G9 crew. They'll make your record label the gang. You understand that? That sounds like what they did to Bobby Smurda, because the thing is, all the dudes have the same charges. All they got to do is say that you're running a criminal enterprise. You understand? So it's not even the wrong place at the wrong time, dude. Y'all remember with the football player, I think they suspended him because of gang ties. He took a picture with somebody he grew up with. And this motherfucker played football all the way across the country, but he grew up with a dude who lived in South Central. He had a picture with him because it was his childhood friend. The picture was taken a while back. The childhood friend got into some kind of murder or something. He was suspected of murder. Then they tied him and the football player. I think, was it Sean Jackson? Yeah, Deshaun Jackson. They tied him to the dude who did the killing, and Sean Jackson had zero to do with it. So it ain't about wrong place at wrong time. See, we keep trying to dismiss how white supremacy works. White supremacy means just that. They come up with supreme ways to get at your ass. So all that shit about, well, we shouldn't have been doing this or we shouldn't have been doing that. White supremacy is all about unjust behavior. They got him for one picture. The Eagles released him. Yeah. So they got him taking a couple of pictures with rappers and his childhood friend, and they tied him into all types of activity that those people were in. Y'all got to stop sleeping on these little racketeering laws that these guys then came up with for us. See, black folks don't pay attention to shit because we stay in line for the new J's. But they got all these laws. When they start talking about knockout game and all that, I'm like, hey, man, y'all better, hey, look at this, look at this. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, hey, look at this law that they're trying to get past. These white supremacists play dumb. They sit up and say, oh, these black folks with this knockout game, oh, they need to be stopped. And you're like, hey, what? There's no knockout game. What you talking about? Well, yes, it is. And they keep playing dumb. Babe, on the 90 Day Fiancé, what happened last week? We were watching the show, and that dude said something that was real funny. What did he say?
He said at the wedding, he said he can't kiss because of his religion.
Oh,
because of, what's the...
Oh yeah. That's right. This dude, well, I'm gonna get back on what I'm saying in a minute. I don't want to lose focus. But on the show 90 Day Fiancé, it's this dude from, I think he's from Morocco. Tunisia. He's from Tunisia. Look, this is my wife right here. Come here, baby. Show him that pregnant belly. Look at my wife's belly. Can you see that? Can you see it? There you go. Look at that belly. That's our son up in there. What's up?
What up, everybody?
What? Crispy? You in there, Crispy? Let me out of here, everybody. All right. What's Mom up there doing?
Chasing up with TJ.
Oh, he's still up, running around. But yeah, like I said, yeah, we're gonna have a big baby. That baby's big. So the show, the 90 Day Fiance, the guys from Tunisia, and the lady he's with, it's like she's not the prettiest thing. You know, she looks like Peter Griffin from the Family Guy, and you know, I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, oh man, this dude got to hit that, because I can, like, women. You see women who are like mail order brides. You see that all the time. You see like a fine woman from the Philippines got to lay it with some hideous dude or whatever. But the woman can just kind of, you know, I guess lay down and lubricate herself and just close her eyes or whatever. But I'm like, how is a dude, how do you, because you need your green card, you dig? So you got to come over and campaign a little bit. You got the woman that paid your way over. This lady paid the guy to come over, paid his way and everything. And he's, you know, they kind of have this redneckish vibe. Yeah, the lady is not that, you know, she's not the prettiest thing. Kind of hillbilly-ish or whatever. And you can see he don't want to hit it. And she's real thirsty. She's all up on him, hugging him and all that. Ooh, just all up on him. He was like, well, my religion said I cannot have sex before marriage. I said, all right, there you go, player. Buy you some time, player. Buy you some time. I ain't mad at it. He's throwing some player shit out. So now they get married, because now he needs that green card. So, you know, he's like, well, I got to do what I got to do. So they get married. I'm like, oh, man, he's going to have to hit that? What's he going to do? Yeah, he got to hit it for freedom papers. You
making excuses.
I'm like, damn. So they got married, and she's ready to kiss. My man said, well, I can't kiss because it's Ramadan.
That's for everybody. Like, it was a surprise.
I know he did it at the last minute. He's like, well, it's Ramadan, or I can't eat, kiss, nothing. I can't do shit right now. I'm fasting right now. I said, man, if you don't keep it pimping. My man got some player-ass excuses. I said, man, you better hustle for that green card, dude. He gonna have to hit it once, though. He's gonna have to hit it at least once. James said, no pork. My nigga said, I can't kiss because of Ramadan. I ain't never heard that one before. I said, dude, if you don't get you are hustling the game, dude.
Remember we were in Zanzibar, he said he can't eat gum.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're in Zanzibar, and there was a dude talking to us, and his breath was a beast, the tourist guide. And he was all up in our face, and right here was the slave castle. And Peanut was like, you want some gum? Oh no, I couldn't. I'm fasting. It is Ramadan. I said, shit, you need to convert to Christianity so you can chew something.
I gotta do it.
Extra, I haven't heard the album yet. But my man, I feel bad for dude, man. My dude is campaigning for that green card, dude. Man, I never heard that one before.
He made that up.
He made that up, dude. I mean, I ain't never heard you can't kiss for Ramadan. That was funny, man.
That made me so bad for her because
I know it was kind of embarrassing for her.
She was looking so embarrassed.
You know, it was kind of embarrassing, but shit, man, I feel him too. Oh my God. Shit, man. Hey, man, the things people do to get that green card, man.
They know the show?
Yeah, they know the show. Say the green card isn't worth it. Shit. Ramadan. Did I say Ramadan? Ramadan? I said Ramadan. I'm mispronouncing. Ramadan, yeah. So why'd you put them little bitty shorts on, man?
They roll up.
Pull them shorts down.
Are you being extra?
No, I didn't know you had.
Are you being extra because you're on?
I'm being extra because your ass got on some shorts that you just put on and you didn't have on earlier. Why'd you go put them on?
I had these on earlier.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. You didn't look, I don't think.
When did you
No,
have
those
them
are
on?
different, but
Those are
she's
different.
been having them on for a long time.
Well, you must have put them on when we got home from driving.
Yes.
And you were covered up under the sheets, under the covers. I didn't see that.
Covered up under what covers?
On the sofa.
I wasn't covered up. I was just sitting down.
Okay, well, sit down. You got on them shorts. How about that? Just sit down. Got all your little cash and prizes out. I gotta reel my daughter back in. She watching too many Nicki Minaj videos. And,
See, he's showing out.
No, you showing out. You trying to bring your ass up in here with them shorts. You know better than that. But you know better than that.
Okay,
but go put some pants on since you're talking. Go upstairs, put some pants on. Go. I'm not laughing. Go. Get out of my boxes. Go. Get up. Go. Don't make me raise up.
Ouch.
Go put some pants on. Go put some pajama pants on.
Okay.
Anyway. Now, like I was saying about the guy who did the thing, the shooting up in New York. The guy who did the shooting up in New York. The dude, Ishmael, whatever his name is. They keep tying him to a gang. And they keep talking about the Black Gorilla family. Now, y'all watch that now. The Black Gorilla family. They keep saying the Black Gorilla family. The Black Gorilla family. And they keep talking about the Black Gorilla family. And y'all got to understand the chess game here. Because they can't say the new Black Panther Party, whatever, because the Black Gorilla family is an active prison gang. But the Black Gorilla family was started by members of the Black Panthers. George Jackson, as a matter of fact. He was a Black Panther member from the 1960s. Got it? So now they're connecting this guy who killed those cops to a Black Panther style organization. See? See the game here. Now, you notice this country and law enforcement, they're talking about extraditing this Black Panther member from Cuba. They got like a $2 million bounty on her. Okay, you went and put on some... Tariq, go upstairs, Tariq. Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Teenagers, boy. Teenagers. But, like I said, it's Soledad, brother. So, like I was saying, now they're trying to bring back Assata Shakur. And that's very important. Bringing back Assata, that's real important. And they're trying to get these good trade relations going on with Cuba. And one of the things they're already trying, and I said this last week, the one thing that they're going to try to do, they're going to try to get Assata back up here so they can throw her back in jail. You dig? So they're going to try to get at her. And they're going to try to tie all this in. What I'm telling you, what they're going to do, they're going to start saying, well, the Black Gorilla family and the Black Panthers, these people are still dangerous. This is why we need to get Assata. That's what they're going to start saying. Mark my words. That's what they're setting this up as. No, she wasn't acquitted. I hope they don't give her up either, because she's a political prisoner. And Assata, she's 67 years old. She's in her late 60s. That's the thing. See, they're going to tie this into Assata. Guaranteed. They're already setting it up. Y'all better know how they play chess with this. This guy was a cop shooter. The guy, Ishmael or whatever, they're tying him into the Black Gorilla family, which is part of the Black Panthers. And the Black Panthers are part of Assata Shakur, who was accused of killing a police officer. So they're going to tie all of this in. They're going to start making a big deal about cop killing, and use that to try to justify bringing her back. They're playing chess with this thing, man. Y'all better learn how to connect the dots, man. They're setting it up already because now they're trying to get good trade relations going on with Cuba. They're trying to lift up some of those embargoes. And that's the main thing they want to do. That's the first thing they want to do is bring Assata back. Because, see, white supremacy is all about total domination. Whenever there's a situation where a black person wins, you don't want to see that. The white supremacists, they don't want to let that happen. Just like with OJ, the perception that a black person won, they couldn't see that. That's why they created laws to get OJ back in jail now. OJ's in jail right now. They trumped up some bullshit on OJ. And just like with Assata, a black person winning over white supremacy, you're accused of killing a person, they lock you up and you get out of jail and escape and you're living comfortably, that serves a hard blow to white supremacy. So they've been itching to get Assata for the longest. Oh, they couldn't wait to get OJ back. OJ is the only nigga I know in the world, only person I know in jail for stealing his own stuff. They set OJ up so smooth. OJ was set up. Them white supremacists set him up so smooth. That's why all the people around OJ they were recording the whole thing. Them white supremacists sat up and plotted and set that thing up and recorded the whole thing. Oh yeah, I can imagine Chris Christie's trying to ask Obama to extradite Assata. Oh yeah, they set OJ up smooth. Let's see who's on the phone. Hey, what's up? Who's calling?
This is Sean.
Hey, who's this?
This is Sean.
Sean?
Yes, this is Tariq.
This is Tariq. Now, your name is Sean?
Yes, Sean.
Oh, okay, what's on your mind, Sean?
I just want to say I'm so glad I got through.
Yes,
okay,
indeed.
But
where you calling from, Sean? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Alabama.
What part?
Birmingham.
There you go. I used to live in Birmingham. What part of Birmingham you in?
I'd rather not say. No, I'm over on the east side.
Okay, so you must be in the project somewhere. It's okay. So what's on your mind?
No. My tweets aren't getting to you, so I just wanted to call and make this comment. I don't understand why Black people are apologizing for the 2 cops that have been shot based off what this one Black person did.
Yeah.
Because if we keep apologizing, then that just says that we are all guilty.
Right.
You know, and they all us together.
Exactly.
So it's like, I see how things are being planned, and I support everything you do. I agree with majority of what you're saying, because whatever you've been spitting, I hate to say it, but only real MFers kind of see that too, regardless of what situation we're in. And it's like, how can y'all not see it? Yeah. So anyway, they're just apologizing. And I'm like, why can't y'all learn when to be quiet?
Exactly.
You know, I don't understand why y'all doing that, because they lump us together. But then I heard on CNN, they sat up here and said, well, this guy just shot 2 cops based on a blue uniform. Yeah, he lumped y'all together the same way y'all lump us together.
Exactly. I'm not apologizing for some motherfucker I don't know. I didn't do it. I don't know him. I didn't condone. I don't know nothing about the dude. So we always got to apologize for everything somebody Black does. That's why we always are made to apologize for everything that happens in Chicago. Black people all around the country, we got to sit up and apologize for it. Every time something happens to us, we say, hey, damn, man, that's fucked up. We got shot by a white cop. Well, what about Black on Black crime? What about Chicago? I'm like, what the fuck? That ain't got nothing to do with this. So I say, what about white supremacy? That's my answer to all of it. What about white supremacy? Thank you for the call, Sean. Yeah, Black folks apologizing for this dude who was clearly mentally disturbed. What are you apologizing for? We didn't do it. And again, I can't condone or condemn it. I don't know the facts. I don't know the facts of what happened. I do not know the facts. But we are always apologizing for somebody. Like that's going to stop the boot of white supremacy from kicking us in the ass. And these white supremacists, even Black people are buck dancing and apologizing back and forth. And these white supremacists are still sitting up here on these message boards, on Fox News, all that talking shit about us. We're apologizing And they still talking shit about us. The blacks, the problem with the blacks. We sorry. We don't condone the death of anybody. We sorry that he did it. And all we hear, the response, these blacks, the problem with these blacks. I'm not apologizing for nobody. I didn't do whatever happened or whatever that was alleged to happen. Stop apologizing. They don't apologize to us. It's always a lone white gunman. He's a lone black gunman. He didn't have shit to do with me. Obama has blood on his hands. The protesters have blood on their hands. Fuck out of here. How about these people, these white supremacists, they create a violent environment. Choking out people on camera and then saying he resisted arrest. That's unjust. Choking a man who wasn't doing a crime. Y'all keep lying talking about he was selling cigarettes. He wasn't selling cigarettes. Talking about he was resisting arrest. So he should have been choked out for resisting arrest. That's unjust because only black people get killed for resisting arrest. Whereas white people who murder in mass quantities, who shoot up movie theaters, who shoot up schools, who blow up daycare centers, they don't get shot. They go beyond resisting arrest. They go toe-to-toe with the police. And they happen to get locked up without getting shot. You have the people at the Clive and Bundy Ranch who aim guns at people. They not only resist arrest, they aim guns at police officers. They don't get shot. Why is it we say, I don't want to be arrested? Oh, you're resisting arrest. Gotta kill you. And you justify that. And you think that's supposed to be just and we're going to sit back and accept that? That's creating the environment of violence. Because if you normalize unjust violence will come back and hit you. You can't have an unjust society, and you can't normalize an unjust society. Just like Thomas Jefferson said. What did he say? I forgot the damn quote. When injustice becomes the law, resistance is duty. And I'm not a big fan of Thomas Jefferson because he was a white supremacist pedophile. But that quote was true. See, again, the white supremacists want us to live up to certain expectations that they won't live up to. Oh, they canceled the game's concerts? That's funny. Again, man, it's time to stop being cowardly now, man. And the white supremacists are trying to up their game. You better up yours and protect yourself. And see, the thing is, when you not only create a system of injustice and you taunt people who are seeking justice, because it's human nature to want justice. It's human nature to not want to be terrorized. Killing unarmed people, innocent unarmed people, and trying to normalize it, especially children. Like with Tamir Rice, people are trying to justify killing Tamir Rice. There's zero justification for that. Even with Eric Garner, trying to say, well, he was fat, that's why he died. And see, this is why police officers get shot, because with that narrative out there, if you're going to reach for justification like that, people are going to reach for justification to see cops get killed. And nobody should be getting killed. So we can't have two systems of justice. It don't work like that. You got to have justice. You can't have justice based on skin color. That's some shit that people the white supremacists just don't get. And another thing, sitting up here blaming Sharpton, which Sharpton is not the leader of Black America, but the white supremacists like to pretend he is. Sharpton is the code word for black people. Sharpton is just the code word for black people. Blaming everything on Sharpton is nothing but a deflection. And I'm not a defender of Sharpton. Oh, that whole thing, his BB gun didn't have a plastic tip. The cop wouldn't even give him a chance to show the tip. The cop jumped out the car and shot him in 2 seconds. Let's see what's up. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Keith from New York.
Hey, how you doing, fam?
I'm good. I'm real good. I'm glad I got through to you.
Yes, indeed. What's on your mind?
Okay, so the day before the shooting happened, I was over at SIA, right where they got shot. And it's been hostile over there. A friend of mine actually was walking down the block and the cops put a gun on his face and told him that, we may shoot you, blah, blah, blah. So the feeling in New York now is basically we normally don't see eye to eye on things. We don't come together like LA or down south. But now people are coming together, and it's a real beautiful thing.
That is a good thing.
But it's very dangerous for us. We definitely feel a little bit dangerous because we've always been afraid of the cops out here because of the way they treat us.
Yeah.
And
how are the cops acting right now?
Well, I've been staying inside. That's been the thing. I got a cousin that lives over there, and he's a cop. And he was like, yo, 2 cops were shot in Bed-Stuy. Stay inside.
Yeah.
He told us to stay inside, and my homies live over there. And I told him, and he was like, yo, good looks, because the word spread real fast. So, that's the feeling.
Yeah, it's heavy, man. It is heavy, man. But thanks for the call, man.
I appreciate that, bro. Take care.
Yeah, and again, man, at this point, we got to start protecting ourselves because white supremacists are trying to use this as an excuse to start attacking black folks. What's up? Who's calling?
Oh, what's up with it, Tariq? This time, man.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Man, just trying to maintain, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm glad now that people are starting to stick together.
Yeah.
It's just starting to get crazy. All that hood and beef and gang stuff, man, that's got to end.
Yeah.
Like, especially now.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Yeah, man. They got different laws that they're trying to use on us. So, man, we got to wake up to the game and watch what we say and watch what we do and get out of those damn Jordan shoe lines and like we're on a fucking plantation still. But anyway, thanks for the call, man. Again, like I said, man, we got that whole plantation mentality of sacrificing yourself for massa, sacrificing yourself for others. That slave plantation mentality is over. That's done. We got to get off that. I want some supporters of the Darren Wilsons and the cops and all that to call up. What's up? Who's calling?
Hi, this is Ella from Chicago.
Hey,
I'm not a supporter of Darren Wilson.
Good. What's on your mind?
Okay, I'm calling to chime in about the New York, the police officers getting shot. I listen to your show religiously,
yes,
and I really appreciate what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
But I almost feel like that people, by being from Chicago, whenever I have an opinion about something outside of Chicago, outside of the crime going on in Chicago, I'm being chastised, by Chicagoans, my own people, black people especially. And they're saying like, well, why don't you go out and march for a random, person getting shot, isolated incident, and the person would be caught for the crime, of course. But it's like I feel, people really, they don't really want to hear my opinion if I'm, not speaking on crime in Chicago. I mean, I know it's a lot of crime in Chicago.
That's a deflection. That's a deflection. That they just do that to deflect all that. Why don't you talk about crime in Chicago? First of all, crime in Chicago is exaggerated a lot because the crime has gone down a lot. There's a lot of shootings out there because Chicago is a very segregated city. So they never put Chicago all the way in context. And also another thing about Chicago, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Because there's a brother who hit me up, and I'm going to do a story on him on the melanoidnation.org site. He has a upscale restaurant. It's the black man who owns a restaurant called the Nouveau Cafe. I'm going to get the name for you guys. I think it's called the Nouveau Cafe. His restaurant, very upscale restaurant, black owned. It's in a white area though. And this brother has hit me up telling me how they harass this brother endlessly. Not only does the city harass him about his liquor license, they harass him about black patrons coming over, talking about making loud noise and all this old bullshit. Whereas I've been to Chicago many times. I've been downtown. Those bars, those white bars downtown, those people be out there making so much damn noise, yelling, screaming, dropping.
Lakeview? Oh my goodness, that's the Mecca. That's white. That's the white area. And I mean, those people literally pissy drunk, walking down the street, just making noise,
loud,
just fighting,
exactly,
out of control, and the police just watch it.
Exactly. They're
I'm
rowdy.
so loud. I'm at work.
Man, they loud and rowdy every time I go out there. When I'm staying at a hotel, I can hear these loud, rowdy white people down at the hotel in the bar or whatever. But now this brother's restaurant, the black folks make a little noise. They got to fine him and drag him in and out of court to try to bankrupt this brother. And he's winning all his appeals. And what they did, the white supremacists, they sprayed "nigger go home" on his store. And we're going to do a story.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I can believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
see, right now, I reside in Bridgeport, the Bridgeport area.
Yeah.
It's basically known for Mayor Daley's hometown, the Daley family.
Yeah.
And I mean, that area this is one of the racist areas. I mean, I've been called a shine. I didn't know what it was at first until I saw an old movie, an old cop and mobster movie. And I was just, I'm just like, I can't believe this shit is going on. Excuse my language. But, in 2014, But, that's pretty much what I had to say. I appreciate you answering the phone.
Much respect, sister. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Okay, bye-bye.
But yeah, Chicago, don't let nobody fool you, man. They talk all that shit about how come blacks don't do shit in Chicago. When black folks do get it together in Chicago, they get sabotaged by the white supremacists, especially if they're out there by themselves. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I'm trying to find the name of this brother's restaurant. I want to say the Nouveau Cafe. I'm looking for his email because I want brothers and sisters to support this dude. Hold on. I'm going to find this brother's, the name of his joint, and I want y'all to support this brother. Real good dude, man. And he's out there by himself. And that's the thing. That's why we need a network of brothers and sisters getting it together. Because the thing is, a lot of times when we get it together, we're out there by ourselves, and then the white supremacists start attacking us. But if we get a network of other black folks to support each other, we can be all right. Damn, I cannot find the name of this brother's thing. It's Nouveau something. Let me look and see if somebody in the chat room know what it is. Anybody? The Nouveau Tavern. That's the name of it. That's right. The Nouveau Tavern. And I heard the food is real good there. I seen like Judge Mathis was there. So it's a real, real beautiful spot. And the brother invited me. When I go, I'm going up there to that spot. So it's the Nouveau Tavern. Do y'all have the address? Is it Mount Greenwood? The Nouveau Tavern. So y'all look that up. If you're in Chicago, go to my brother's restaurant and support that brother. Because I heard the food is absolutely excellent. And that's the thing. When you're a black person, man, they sit up and talk, oh, y'all black people need to get your shit together. When you got it together and you get it popping, the white supremacists are the first to sabotage your ass, dude. When we were down in St. Louis and we went to Sweetie Pies. Remember that, we went over to Sweetie Pies, Ola? What's up, Ola? Everybody shout out Ola. Ola's in the room. It was me, Ola, and the rest of my crew. We were at Sweetie Pie's restaurant. Now, Sweetie Pies is shitting on all those other restaurants in that area. And I think she has the only black business in the area. She has a couple of restaurants in St. Louis, but the main one, Ola, what street was that on? Was that the Mangrove location, or which location was that? Let me allow links, by the way, too. Let me allow links in here so we can get links. Yeah, but Sweetie Pies, and I talked about this on the show before. Wizard Coon is trolling. Okay, I'll ban Wizard Coon. It was the Mangrove one. Now, the food was excellent. And, hold on, stars. Okay, let me ban Win Coon Valley, whatever, Wizard Coon Valley. All right. Nouveau Tavern, that's my man's website. And again, support that brother, man. Because those white supremacists are trying to run him out of business because his business is successful. The brother has a great business and the business is successful, and they're trying to sabotage that brother. But even in St. Louis, like I said, Sweetie Pies just had a line of people, and all those other restaurants are suffering. So basically, the other restaurants in that area, they're banding together, and they're like putting flyers and stuff together. Like people who park to go to Sweetie Pies, all these other restaurants, they go out there and put flyers on the people's cars so they can go to their restaurant, and they're giving away food. They're like, come to our restaurant, you get free breakfast here, They're literally trying to give away free food to get business away from sweetie pies. And all those businesses are working together against sweetie pies. And I hope she continues to shit on them and be successful. That's how you get people, man. You become successful. That's how you get in the ass of white supremacists. You become successful. What's your Dr. P. Jackson? What is this GoFundMe thing? Mansion of Miracles. What the hell? What's this? Hold on. Wait a minute. Raise funds, Mansion of Miracles. What is this, brother? Because somebody done put up a GoFundMe link. What is this? Hold on. Okay, Paul Jackson. Okay, hold on, Paul. Wait a minute. Paul done spam one of his links. Hold on. Paul, what is this? I'm going to get on you in a minute, Paul. I'm going to play this Mansion of Miracles thing to see what it is. I want to see what this Mansion of Miracles bullshit is. Yeah, I'm banning some of these people now. The Marcus bookstore, where is that? Oh man, the food at Sweetie Pies is off the damn chain, man. That Mangrove location, that food is off the chain. Andrew, can you throw up your podcast and your book? I don't know, man. I don't want to put it up now because I don't know what your book or your podcast is about. It might be about some moist shit. I don't know what your shit is about. Andrew LaCase, what's your podcast about, man? Because I don't know you. You dig? I can't sit up and co-sign niggas I don't really know. I don't know what you're about. I don't know what your vibe is like. You dig? So you got to be very careful of certain people who want to sit up and post links and all this old stuff. Because you don't know what's in your spirit, brother. I don't know what's in your soul, what's in your spirit. You dig? Let's get a call in. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, it's Clarence calling from New York City.
Clarence from New York. How you doing, fam?
Good, good.
What's on your mind?
I just wanted to call in to, because I walked down 125th Street earlier this evening around 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I didn't see one cop.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, they probably were told that the environment is hot right now, so they got to kind of lay low probably.
I did not see one cop, and everyone just went about their business. It was like a cool vibe around the Christmas holidays and all. Very cool vibe, not to have police on top of you like that. But I did hear earlier tonight just helicopters flying all throughout the Harlem.
Yeah,
and I don't know what to say. I'm very upset at what has been happening. With everyone getting killed, all these black males getting killed.
Yeah.
And, it makes the cops feel a little bit more, because, a couple of weeks back, they were wearing those T-shirts, I can breathe,
Yeah.
And now what the game said, hey, now you guys can't breathe.
Right.
So that's a powerful thing.
Yeah.
And again, I don't condone, cops getting shot or anything like that, but
right.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Right, and the thing is, man, when you can't have a system of injustice where you go around killing unarmed people and then lying, talking about they resisted arrest, and you had to use this lethal force on people for these minor infractions that you don't use on people in the dominant white society, and then brag about killing them, and then gloat about killing them, and then taunt the people who are looking for justice by walking around with I can breathe shirts on. You're creating an environment that is unjust. You've taken an oath to protect and serve the community. If you're acting like a gang against the community you're serving, then now you're being unjust and you're normalizing unjust behavior, and there's going to be a backlash. And that's inevitable. And they created that environment. So Sharpton didn't do it. Obama didn't do it. White supremacy did it. And they're going to have to take responsible for white supremacy in this country. There's no way about it. I thank you for the call, bro. That's the thing. Nobody wants to take responsibility for white supremacy. White supremacy is an unjust system. Perpetuating white supremacy and white supremacy tactics over and over again is unjust, and the pendulum is going to swing back one way or another. Yeah, all that wearing the I Can Breathe shirt, that's degenerate behavior. Taunting people who are exercising their freedom of speech. Now, if you're a cop, you can exercise your freedom of speech too, but if you have this gang-like mentality against the public, well, that's the environment that you're going to create for yourself. And sooner or later, that's going to bite you in the ass. In with anything you do. Hell, if you taunt an animal over and over again, shit, the animal's going to sooner or later bite you in the ass. That's mammal nature. What's up? Who's calling?
Hello.
What's up? Who's calling?
Hello.
What's up, man? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Ron Clark, calling from Conyers, Georgia.
Conyers, Georgia. How you doing, Ron?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
What's on your mind?
Who am I speaking with?
Ron.
Ron Clark.
Ron, who?
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm glad to get on with you. It's been a...
Get off my phone, man. I don't have time for the slow shit. I don't. Ron, I don't have time, brother. God damn. You gotta be on top of your game, man. Come on. Especially black folks. Black folks just don't be knowing shit. Not all of us. Come on, black folks. Black folks just got to get on the ball. Black folks got to be on it. We don't be on it, man. We got to take our time and then shit be all confusing. And brother, come on. We got to get on the ball, man. We got to play catch up, dude. We got to be on top of the game, man. Who did? Who? It's Ron. Who am I speaking with? Who did? This nigga acting like I called him. What's up? Who's calling? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, so who's this?
Oh, what's up, man? This is Andrew from Brooklyn.
Andrew from Brooklyn. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm good tonight, man, brother. Just watching the show. First time watching.
Okay.
I got all three hidden colors. I'm about to get down on those.
Yes, indeed. Much respect. Much respect.
You made a lot of interesting points tonight. But one thing that's really something I've been saying it for a minute is the whole apologetic Negro.
Yeah.
That's running around. And I think that's the most dangerous thing.
Me too.
That's happening because you can't tell who's who now.
Yeah.
You don't know who's on the side or the right. I was out there marching, with the protests and stuff like that. There's white faces, there's black faces, but you can't tell who's who.
Right. And there's so many agents. There's so many agents and undercover cops out there marching too, man. So.
Right. And that brings me back to God. I just had his name, Fred Hampton.
Yes. When
he was set up by COINTELPRO, the FBI, and one of his own.
Yes, indeed.
And that's exactly the dangerous sentiment that's being put out there right now.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
We're out there, and this Negro, this type of, like you said, the shuffling coon is out there, and they look just like us.
Yeah, exactly. And shit is going. Man, things are going down heavy, and a lot of these people think they're going to buck dance and coon their way out of it, and that's not going to happen, man. Shit is going down heavy right now, man. It's going to get worse for 2015. It is going to get so worse, and I'm thinking that it's going to literally be like all-out war pretty soon. I'm really going there with it. I think it's going to get to that level because the white supremacists are very insecure right now. Their economy isn't as strong as it used to be. China has surpassed the U.S. as far as an economy. You got North Korea punking out major corporations based on their racism. So again, the white supremacists are feeling insecure right now, and we ain't going to just sit up and take abuse. The younger people are not just going to keep taking all of these cop killings, which they're going to continue to try to do. So there's going to be like this backlash, a major backlash. And a lot of us ain't going to make it, black folks. You know why? Because niggas are going to be out here getting killed and locked up in their Jordans and their weaves, and we got to start getting real serious. We got to get serious to the point where we need to start stocking up water and food and batteries, and we got to get that type of serious at this point. But we wait until the last minute because, again, we got that plantation mentality that Massa, if we just keep on sacrificing ourselves for Massa, he's going to save us and take care of us. Massa ain't doing that no more. Massa is ready to get your ass off the plantation. So we got to get serious about what's going on, bro.
That's true. I was going to ask you, like you kept pointing out, we have to protect ourselves. I want to ask you, what type of tips that you plan on giving? Because you just said it, the water, the food, and stuff like that. I mean, I'm even thinking about arming up.
Hello? My man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You need to. If you need to arm yourself and protect your family, you need that. You need, because you got some of these. These white supremacists on Twitter are posting up their guns and talking about killing niggers, and so you don't know what psycho out here is just going to start going vigilante on random black people out here. You don't know. And that's what it sounds like that's going to happen. Again, if these Clive and Bundy type vigilante white supremacists will run up on the government with guns, who's to say that they're not going to just start running up on random black people, trying to be deputized police officers themselves or whatever. So we're going to have to arm ourselves to protect our families, because you don't know what type of white supremacists out here are going to snap and just try to break bad on brothers, man. So it's about to get really real out here, dude.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Much respect, man. Thanks for the call. Yeah, it's that serious at this point. It's getting that serious at this point. It's getting that serious at this point. Black folks need to start stocking up on food and water and batteries. All that standing in line for the Jordans. It ain't nothing wrong with Jordans, but there's a time and place for everything. This ain't the time. This ain't the time. Dude, if you a brother out here, you got a felony or whatever, get them shits expunged. Start working on getting your shit expunged so you can carry or whatever. Do what you got to do to protect your family. Because these white supremacists are not playing. Again, and be careful too, because again, the white supremacists, they're coming up with these all-in laws where they're trying to get all you and your friends back to back. They're trying to put you all on the same charges. Just like that dude, that model-looking dude, the blue-eyed, light-skinned dude who got caught out here in California when he went to jail. The dude with the mugshot that they were circulating around. The dude with the blue eyes who they said looked like a model. He, basically, they got him on a conspiracy charge because they associated him with a gang that he said he wasn't with no more. But just the fact that they associated him with the gang, they charged him for street terrorism because the gang was known to terrorize people. So they're charging you for other people's crimes now. All they got to do is link you with a gang or a crew that commits crimes and then just put you on a conspiracy charge. So it ain't even about doing the right thing. Under the system of white supremacy, you can do the right thing and still get caught out there because you're behind enemy lines. You're behind enemy lines right now. You're a prisoner of war. You can accept that or not. We're behind enemy lines at this point. And when you got police unions talking about we're a wartime police force, we will act accordingly, and then they hide and then they take it back and say, oh, we didn't really say that. You don't understand how serious it's going to get when they basically all out straight up call war on you. Now, I want some of these supporters of the white supremacists to call up. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, what's happening, man?
What's up? Who's this?
This is Mo from Peoria, Illinois.
There you go. Mo from Peoria. What's on your mind?
I'm calling because I have a question for you. On Facebook, I'm usually challenging white supremacy.
Yes.
And a lot of times when I get into discussions with people, I had always said that I think one of the solutions to stopping this killing of black people by white people out here is, I think that when a white police officer or a white citizen kills a black person, that the witnessing black people around, what they should do is turn right around and kill that white person or that police officer. And I have been banned off of Facebook for that because they turned me in. Somebody, some white person reported me, and they didn't ban me for like a month or a week. They just got rid of my whole account.
Yeah.
So
I heard.
I made another one.
Yeah, I heard a lot of when black folks start talking about retaliating. I hear they take your pages down, but they got white supremacist pages up all day where they talk about killing black folks on Facebook.
Yeah,
there's so many white supremacists.
They did that to Jason Black too.
Oh yeah,
they banned him from it.
Yeah, they took his pages down, and all he's talking about is like black empowerment, and I see white supremacist pages where they're literally on there holding their guns and showing their guns off, talking about killing black folks and niggers and all this, and their pages don't get touched. So
I've seen it too all the time. But my question is, I want to make it sure. I don't want you to hang up on me before. My question to you is, if that were to start happening, let's say, because we're going to have some upcoming killings, it's going to get worse. And if we have instances where white police officers or white citizens were racially motivated, killing black people, and then they right around when it happened, they themselves turned around and started getting killed by the witnessing black people out there. What do you think would become of that? Do you think that would be bad for us or work in our favor? And what do you think would become of a scenario like that?
I don't know. Like, because I don't know what the scenario is. I don't know how that would work out. Now, Neely Fuller said that black folks, if we want to stop white supremacy, one way we can do it, and I'm not saying hey or nay or I agree or disagree because I don't know, but he said what you can do, force the white supremacists to do something. Because the white supremacists, they have all the muscle and the resources. They can wipe you out. There's a possibility that they can. It's a possibility that they can. But he said at some point, black people should force the white supremacists to act or to be in a position where they're going to have to wipe us out or whatever. And he said whatever God or whatever force in this universe calls us to be here and wants us to remain here will let us remain here. And if it's not meant for us to be here, we won't be here. And the white supremacists, I know one thing, they will not ever kill off all black people, because the thing is, if you killed off all black people, you would not be able to practice white supremacy, and the white supremacists would literally kill each other off. And that will make the whole planet extinct, because the white people are less than 10% of the world's population, and they have a zero birth rate. So a lot of white people are declining in numbers. So this is what's driving a lot of the fear that's out here right now. So if black people were all killed, literally the earth would go extinct as far as people. And I think the white supremacists understand that. But again, we're trying to figure out how to deal with white supremacy globally. And nobody has an answer. So I can't say hey or nay to whatever somebody's solution is, because I don't know the answer. That's my mission in life, to figure out how to replace the system of white supremacy with justice. One tactic that I like to focus on is economic empowerment, because that's something that we can do without making a big brouhaha. We can just do right now and get it popping. But again, it is what it is. But thanks for the call, man.
Thank you, man. I love him.
Yes. Oh, I didn't mean to cut the brother off. Yeah, and I'm not condoning or condemning anything. Oh, if there were no more black people, because see, black people talk about genocide and all that. They would kill, if the white supremacists were to kill us, because they've been killing, different number of black people off in large numbers. But if they killed all of us, that's never going to happen, because they would literally go extinct. Also, white supremacy is all about feeling supreme over another race of people. So if you killed all the black people, you wouldn't be, there would be no more white supremacy. So now, who are you going to put in a situation of domination? Then you're going to have to start dominating each other like what happened in Europe, and you're going to die off. Because the white supremacists, they would try to dominate each other in Europe. If you look at the history of Europe, the Goths and the Visigoths and the Vandals, they were beating the shit out of each other in Europe. The lowlanders of Scotland, the Highlanders, all these people, they were beating the shit out of each other. And then the Moors came up into Europe, and said the African Moors, the black men who came up in there and kind of put a stop to a whole bunch of bullshit up there. Let's see who we got on the phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Laura Charles.
What's your name, Laura Charles?
Yes, Laura Charles.
How you doing, Laura? What's on your mind?
The reason why I'm calling, I am watching this show, but there's something that I would like to get Tariq to hear.
Okay, I'm Tariq, but go ahead.
Okay, well, right now I'm calling from St. Louis, Missouri. I live in Ferguson, Missouri. I've lived in Ferguson since 1979.
Okay.
And one of a very important, I guess you can call him a community leader. His name is Ajawan Ali. A lot of people might know him as Brother Ali.
Okay.
But his straw man name is Ajawan Davis. Right now, he's being accused of doing some malicious stuff. As far as it's been in the news, him trying to blow up the St. Louis Arch and purchasing firearms illegally, and he happens to be a member of the New Black Panther Party.
Oh.
I know for a fact that these are trumped up charges, and me and a few friends in the family were just trying to get awareness out there. I'm believing this is sort of on some type of COINTELPRO type agenda, right, to be for real, because this is this young man's only 22 years old. If you could look him up online, he's always speaking very peacefully. He does not advocate violence whatsoever. If anything, he's what you would consider what America would say they would want a young black man to be. But as you can see, we're in this big catch-22. If you're educated and you have a college degree and you're married and you take care of your family, you know, they still lock you up for some strange reason. But if he was out there on the corner with his pants hanging off his butt, they would have had some reason to lock him up as well.
Exactly.
But I'm just trying to get awareness and trying to get everyone to understand that this is real and this is happening. A young man that is doesn't advocate any type of violence whatsoever. His family is torn right now.
I heard about the case. And they were saying it sounded, the way they described it sounded real trumped up, like he was talking about blowing up the arch, but he didn't have money on his girlfriend's EBT card. It was something silly like that.
Right, yeah, and she's not even on government assistance at all. And she was pregnant, and when they came and apprehended him, she shortly went into labor, so therefore he was not there to see his child born into, the world. And this is very devastating on his wife. Right. And on his mom. And it's just, we're trying to get awareness, and we have a like page on Facebook for anyone to go there and read up on what's going on, read up on the jive. Yeah, that's what I call it, some jive. Read up on the jive that they're trying to, spin this young man into. And he's 100% not that person. I know for a fact. He teaches, which is a part of, the New Black Panther organization. Right. He teaches blacks, law here in St. Louis to keep us from getting locked up.
What's his bail right now? What is his bail? What is his bail right now, sister? What is his bail right now?
They won't tell us. Oh, wow. They pushed back the court date, and that's another thing. Thank you for even mentioning that, because that's another thing that we're trying to get out there. If you go to the like page, it'll give you the update on the court date. He was supposed to have had a court date on the 17th, but they pushed it, and they keep pushing his court date. And his family, and along with him, wants as many people to be there at that court proceeding.
Right.
If you go to the actual page, it'll have the new date for the day for everybody to come to court and everything. And I just appreciate you answering and letting me have this platform to get this information out. And
yes,
if
indeed.
you can, in any type of way, try to let people know that this is really happening. And
Absolutely.
this young man's family is torn apart, and he's not who the press are saying that he is. And you could tell it's some jive, because if it was real, it would still be kind of up in the air, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. They would have still been talking about it, but I knew it was a jive charge when they were talking about he was going to blow up the arch, but they didn't have enough money on his girlfriend's EBT card, and I knew that was some bull that they done made up. That don't even sound right. You can't blow up something and all this and wait on the bomb, but you ain't got no money on the. Come on, that's some that they done concocted.
You're right. And see, that's what he is. He was one of the law. Well, he was the law teacher for these classes, and these classes are every Thursday. And so now all of the students of this class, which the students ranged in age and gender, and he was teaching a lot of, it was a full class. That's the reason why I think this young man was targeted, because he was, for the first couple of days of the protest, he was out there.
Yeah.
I would say, the first couple of days. I was the one who videoed him when he was in front of the police department. I don't know if you've seen the video. It kind of went viral all over Facebook with him, speaking with everyone out there in front of the police
sister, I gotta get some other calls, sister. But we'll go to the page. We'll check it out. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Much respect to the sister. This sister's gonna keep going on and on. And don't do that, family. Y'all gotta learn how to get to the point. If you got something that you want to bring awareness to, get to the point, family. Because what's going to happen if you just kind of keep going on and on and on, people are going to be like, okay, then they're not going to want to get involved. I got to say that. And that what happened, let me say this to black folks. Let me say this to black people. Sometimes you oversell what you got. You got to get to the point. Make it short and sweet, family. Because this sister was going to go on, and I didn't want to have to cut her off like that, but she was going to basically give me this dude's life story, and that's going to kill the whole vibe, and that's not going to want people to get involved. That's not going to, because again, a lot of times black folks don't get an opportunity to express themselves. So when we get a microphone, we don't want to let go. When you get an ear, when you get a chance, a public forum, you feel like you just got to just tell everything. Let's just get to the point, say what you got to say, and keep it pushing. That's how you make things effective. Hey, this is what's going on. This is who the guy is. This is who I am. This is what we need. And this is where you go. Boom. You got to get to the point, family. We got to do that when I do my lectures. When we do question and answer segments, we got to stop people sometimes because people will go on and on. Hey, Tariq, I got 8 questions for you. First of all, I grew up in a little townhouse in Valdosta, Georgia. And whoa, let's slow it down. What's your question? Let's keep it pushing. Just give me your question and let's keep it pushing. So she's giving a Dr. Cabo. Dr. Cabo gives great lectures. Got to keep it sweet. I want some people from the dominant society to call up. What's up? Who's calling?
Yo, Tariq, how you doing, man? This is Rico from Cleveland.
What's up, Rico? I'm going to have you call back, brother. For right now, don't nobody else call. Because, look, this is what I want. Don't nobody else call. I only want our white brothers and sisters to call up. Or if you're a person who's white, if you support the police, if you do not support the protesters, I would like for you to call up, and I would like to hear what you got to say. A lot of you are listening. A lot of you are watching right now. Who's calling?
This is Ron again. Tariq from Conyers, man. My apology. I don't know what happened.
I'll have you call back, Ron. Ron is like fucking Candyman. This nigga just won't go nowhere. I have you call back, Ron. Ron, if you're listening, I have you call back. Shit, you look in the mirror. There's Ron's ass. But the white brothers and sisters, I would love for you to call up and give your opinion on what's happening. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Tariq, man?
I'm going to have you call up, brother. I have you call back later. The phone number is 818-850-5404. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, it's Kawan from LA.
I'm gonna have you call back,
Hold on,
Kawan.
man.
All right. I'm gonna have you call back, brothers. We want the white brothers and sisters to call up. If you support the cops, if you're anti-protester, I would like to hear your opinion. Who's calling?
Hey, how you doing? It's Kawan from LA.
Kawan.
How you doing, sir?
Kawan, I'm gonna have you call back later, brother. I gotta have you call back later, not right now, brother. All right?
Okay, I got you.
All right. This nigga called back like he's calling Hot 97. Hello? I called before. I want to hear some Drake. All right? I asked specifically for people to call in the dominant society. Who's calling?
Flex, you know these white cowards ain't gonna call up, man.
They're going to call. All of them ain't cowards. They're going to call up. They're going to stand by their word. I got faith in them, brother. I have you call back, man. I got faith in them. They're going to call up. We got some brave white brothers and sisters who's going to call up and represent. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Jason. I'm calling from Washington, D.C.
Okay, why, Jason, you sound like a black person trying to sound white?
No, Jason. No, I'm actually a white person.
Okay, you're a white person. Let me give you a test. What year did Wham's first album come out?
You talking about with George Michael?
Yeah.
I don't know, like 1982 or 83 or something like that.
Okay. Who was the star of Footloose?
Kevin Bacon.
All right. And what are the ingredients for boysenberry pie?
Oh, come on, Tariq. That's ridiculous. I don't know what that is.
Oh, you ain't white. Your ass ain't white. You don't know what boysenberry pie is. All right. What's the ingredients for rhubarb pie?
I guess like rhubarb, whatever. Tariq, this is kind of this is what I wanted to call
Go
about.
ahead. Go ahead. You white. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. I was listening to your show, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing and what's going on. It's an atrocity what's going on in the streets, but I just want to let you know, I think that the way that you're addressing this situation, you have to understand that you have a very militant tone, and sometimes it comes across. Hello?
Yeah, like a militant, like how so? Militant, like how?
I mean, it's almost as if, like me, I admit I'm a liberal. I watch, MSNBC. I'm really into the struggle. Some people have said that I have white guilt and whatnot, but sometimes when I listen to things that you say, it almost sounds like they're kind of slanted toward nearly a militant, hostile tone toward white people.
Really?
That's just one observation. I'm not saying everything you say, but there are some things that you say that kind of...
For example, you got to give an example of what did I say that's a militant tone towards...
Usually, for example, earlier you were talking about arming yourselves.
Yes.
And that's very... it's almost as if you're trying to incite a race war or something of that nature.
No, I mean, you arm you shouldn't... Do you think that... Because a lot of black people now are being threatened on social media... A lot of police officers are talking about waging war, and you got a lot of vigilante white people like the George Zimmermans and all that. They're talking about harming black people now. So shouldn't black people protect themselves from this potential threat?
Well, Tariq, word up to me, I would totally eradicate guns, period. But that's neither here nor there.
But no, you're not answering my question, though, brother. Should black people protect their families and themselves from hostility in this country?
Of course. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to condone racial warfare, though, and racial hatred and hate speech. No. That's all I'm saying.
Nobody said who's hating anybody. Who did I say hate? Protecting
yourself.
No,
not necessarily you. I'm just saying that some of the things that you say could be misconstrued. That's all I'm saying.
But no, people can misconstrue if you say, I don't want to get arrested. Oh, you resisted arrest, I'm going to kill you. So you can misconstrue anything. But when I say you should protect yourself, we have a right to protect ourselves, especially from a hostile environment when people are threatening random black people, including black children, on social media. People are celebrating the murder of black children on social media, and they're celebrating cops doing it, and they're celebrating vigilantes doing it. So it's nothing wrong with wanting to protect your family, right?
Of course. Please don't get me wrong. I do understand where you're coming from in that regard, but I just think that we have all of this vitriol and all of this hatred that's swirling in the air. I think a lot of people case in point.
You keep saying hatred, sir. You keep saying hatred. Who's hating anybody? Hatred of
Not
who?
necessarily. Tariq, not necessarily you.
Okay. Let's deal with me. Let's deal with
like Sharpton and Jesse.
No, dude, Sharpton and Jesse are not the leaders of black people.
I know they're not the voice of Black America, but unfortunately, Fox News, they kind of purport them to be the voice.
But Fox News is full of shit. Because they put something, and also Fox News said there's a knockout game and there's no knockout game. So Sharpton and Jesse are not my concern or anybody in the black community's concern. And I don't have to answer for Jesse or Sharpton because they don't represent me. I can answer for me and other black people in the black community because I understand their sentiment. But trying to argue Sharpton and what they say and what they do, why should I answer to what Sharpton has to say?
You shouldn't, but you have to understand, outlets like MSNBC, I believe that's where Al Sharpton has his own show. They're put on this podium and they're given this voice. So the majority of America thinks that these people are representative of what black people have to say.
Right. I know they do. And also, even before Sharpton and Jesse were on MSNBC, the white supremacists around the country, they still thought that black people thought a certain way and they treated black people a certain way based on how they perceive black folks. So they didn't need Jesse. They didn't need Sharpton to feel that way. Black folks were getting lynched in this country before Jesse and Sharpton. Black folks were getting funneled into the prison system before Jesse and Sharpton. Black people were getting Jim Crow before Jesse and Sharpton. Black people were getting miseducated before Jesse and Sharpton. So using Jesse and Sharpton as the excuse of this is why we practice white supremacy, that's extremely disingenuous. You understand?
I agree, and the way black people have been treated in America is completely egregious. And I don't want you to think that I'm one of these individuals.
Right.
So I just want to call Tariq and just let you know that I feel, like you said before, you feel like there's a war in the air, and I do feel that something's going to happen eventually. It's like a powder keg.
Right.
And I think eventually it's going to explode in 2015 because you can see all the pieces are falling in place, and I don't want to be one of these fear mongers, but I'm very scared, Tariq. I'm very scared that a Negro is going to kick in my door and try to rape my children.
Oh, I knew this motherfucker was trolling. So a Negro is going to kick in your door, and I knew this son of a bitch was trolling. and let me show you something. When you deal with a white supremacist and hand his ass to him on an intellectual level, they all do that. They punk out and troll. Whenever he tried to go intellectual, when you get in his ass intellectually, they always punk out and start trolling. Got it? I'm not shocked. When you get in that ass intellectually, they always throw in the towel. That was his way of tapping out of the conversation. Got it? What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Star. I'm looking for Tariq.
What's up? What's up, Star?
What's up, man? Are you live? Are you behind the scenes or what?
Oh, I'm live. This is Star from the Star and Buck Wild Show, right?
Star and Buck Wild, shot 97 on that flash. And how are you, sir?
Yeah, how you doing, player? Good to hear from you, brother. What's going on with you?
I'm looking on Twitter and it says you're talking about the NYPD shooting.
Yes, indeed. What's your thoughts on this? Because I see on your Twitter you have Stop Violent Cops or something like that on your Twitter handle, right?
Well, I have a campaign, a movement, and my show has been revamped. It's called Stop the Police.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so with regards to the two officers that were shot in Brooklyn, New York, I just want to say that, no rational person condones the killing of police officers. No rational person.
Right.
But how fucking insensitive was it and is it for public servants to have shirts that say, I can breathe?
Yeah.
How fucking insensitive.
That was very tacky.
You're a goddamn public servant. You have to learn your place. And that's been the problem over the decades in the New York metropolitan area. They don't know their fucking place. Now, again, we don't condone the killing of police officers, but now I live an hour and a half away. I live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But now I'm hearing that now the police in New York, the commissioner and the mayor has got it so that they're pairing up. They're not going to be patrolling by themselves, and they're not going to be making frivolous arrests. So that means that the fucking shooter has got them to do their jobs by default. I hate to say it like that. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be harassing people over fucking petty fucking weed and profiling people and harassing people.
Right, exactly.
That's the job of a public servant. You work for the fucking people. And many people in America don't know that, the Metropolitan Police Act going back to 1829 in England, that's the same reason why England said you will not carry a gun on the streets of England. The cops, citizens on patrol. So that's what I wanted to say, man.
Exactly. Brother, where can people hear your show, man?
Shot97.com. All the information is right there. The campaign, we have 1 week left. We have an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign. This is actually my new calling, man. I mean, I'm very much, involved in this now. I mean, I've been going to the protests. I've been, talking to many different legal people, and I'm out there in the front lines.
Yes, indeed.
So it's something that has to be addressed because the police have a problem, and in America, we've been misled over the years. Even the grand jury system that we have here, England abolished that fucking system back in 1933. England, Iceland, Canada, they don't use grand juries. We shouldn't be using a grand jury process.
Exactly.
We shouldn't have pieces of shit like Robert McCulloch, being able to get away with what he got away with.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what do you think about NYPD, the police union head coming out, Pat Lynch talking about, well, Sharpton has blood on his hands, Obama has blood on his hands, Eric Holder blaming all of these other people for the killing of those cops?
Well, my take is this. Police are drug addicts. They're high on authority. And the guy that you're referring to in New York, I'm sure he's an uneducated drug addict, just like 95% of the drug addicts in the country. They're not educated. Why the fuck should I respect someone who's not educated just because you have a badge and a gun? I don't respect you. I feel sorry for you. You look down upon people. You talk to people as if we're all fucking lowlifes and pieces of shit.
Absolutely.
So I think we have to try and take the guns away from some of these people. I've also got an option that I've been pushing over the last couple of weeks. I believe that we should give certain, or if we can get certain laws changed, I believe that we should give certain cops or certain states, start them at $250,000 a year if they won't carry a fucking gun.
No.
Now you can have a gun in the vehicle. You can have a gun in the fucking glove compartment. The same way we do in England, and it works.
Yeah.
England has everything we've got. Everything we've got. They've got capitalism. They've got fucking drugs. But the police do not fucking step to people in disrespectful manners as if they're just low-life pieces of shit. So start them at $250,000, but you can't carry a gun.
Yes, indeed. If
you want to carry the gun, you get the regular starting police salary. What is it, $70,000, $60,000? Some places fucking $50,000. Yeah, I have no problem paying a citizen on patrol $250,000 a year. If we can pay $30 for a fucking beer at a goddamn football game, if we can pay $15 for a fucking hot dog at a goddamn NBA game, we sure as hell can pay the citizens on patrol $250,000 a year, pay them good money so that they won't fucking shoot our babies and our goddamn cousins and nephews and uncles and aunties and all these other people that are dying at the hands of these fucking drug addicts that are high on authority.
Man, that's real talk, Star, man. Hey, brother, thank you so much for calling, man. Shot97, that's the website. You still doing your show daily, right, brother?
Absolutely, and I thank you for your time, and hopefully we can have another conversation again. I really appreciate talking to you, man.
No doubt, man. Thanks for calling, brother.
Take care.
That's Brother Star. That's the legendary DJ Star, Shot97. Star is no stranger to controversy. Star was on Hot 97 in New York. A lot of controversy with that, but Star, he was the original hater. That's what he promotes himself as. He was the original hater. My sister just texted me. Shot 97 Radio. What's up? Everybody say what's up to my sister Tia. My sister's watching. What's up, Tia? She said she was trying to call, but the line was busy. Everybody say what's up, Tia. Yes, indeed. Who we got on the phone? Hello?
Flex, hello?
What's up? Who is this?
Yeah, this is Rob, man. I'm calling from Dallas by way of Chicago, bro. How you doing?
I'm good. What's on your mind, Rob? I got to get down to Dallas, man. I got to do a lecture out there in Dallas, man. But what's on your mind?
Yeah, please do. Okay, so I just moved to Dallas from Chicago, man, and I'm seeing a completely different dynamic down here. I'm seeing basically the economy. You got people in the dominant society, whites, that basically live off of Um, the police department, they live off of training people how to use guns. They work at Cabela's. They work at Bass Pro Shops. They work basically in the law enforcement structure.
Yeah.
And I got recruited down here to work in software development, and all the talent that's down here is imported from Asia, along with me. And this is a big problem because you got a lot of them sitting on the sideline now, while a lot of Asians basically come to America and take the jobs that were supposed to be these new 21st century jobs that were supposed to be designated for them. They're not qualified for those shit.
They're not. And let me break something down to everybody's listening. You know, a lot of the jobs that a lot of working class white people get, and even lower middle class and working class, a lot of the jobs they get is in some type of law enforcement. They're working at the like you said, the gun shop, law enforcement training, law enforcement uniform sales, the law enforcement itself, the prison system, retail, the court system. So a lot of their jobs is surrounded by law enforcement, and law enforcement is fueled by criminalization of black people. So black people committing crime, that's a business for these people. And black folks,
absolutely,
they sit up and act like, oh, y'all need to stop doing crime. They want you to commit crime because that's what's feeding them. The prison industrial complex is just not the jail itself, but all the industries around the jail. You're feeding whole communities of people are eating off of black crime, man. And that's something that we don't understand. But I feel I know exactly what you're talking about, brother. It's real out here, especially out there in places like Texas. They're big off that shit, man. How long you been out there?
Man.
How long you been out there in Dallas?
Well, I just got a contract job down here 6 months ago in the summer because I didn't want to spend the summer in Chicago, man. It was going to get hot in the motherfucker, man. I'm talking about people pulling out them burners.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the poverty is just getting out of control there. So I knew what was, what the deal was, man.
Indeed.
So.
Yes, indeed. Hey, man,
But,
thank you for the call, brother. All right, my man was going to go on and on. You made a good point, brother. Keep that shit pushing. All right, but yeah, my man made a good point. Dude, there's an industry around black crime. Y'all don't understand how much money is made off black crime, dude. These not only, I can go on and on. When you get a ticket or whatever, you don't pay the ticket, there's credit places that you got to pay. Oh, dude, it's the processing of the ticket. That's a whole other place. The collect call companies, all that shit, man. There's a whole industry behind that stuff. There's a whole industry, and that's where they make their money. They make their money off you. This dude, dude, it's a plantation. This shit is still slavery. It's still a slave state, man. And I talked about this on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. All they did was replace the word slave with criminal. In the Constitution, in the 13th Amendment, it says you won't be a slave unless you're committed of a crime. So all they did was change the word slave to criminal, and they re-enslave you. That's why I was comparing Bobby Smurda and his partners getting escorted out of that studio in chains to a slave auction, because that's all it is. And also, when you're in prison, labor is mandatory. You have to work in prison. It's not an option. You can't say, I'm just going to do push-ups in my cell. No, you have to work in prison or they'll put you in solitary confinement. So slavery still exists. When people try to say, well, slavery was 1,000,000 years ago, slavery is today. Slavery is today. And all these people, man, there's a slave prison industry based off you. From the gun manufacturers, the gun sellers, the uniform sellers, the licensing, the people that they got to go get licenses for their guns, gun shops, shooting ranges for training, the cleaners for the guns and the police officers. The parole officers, that's a whole industry. The bail bondsmen, that's an industry. Man, y'all don't even know. Whole towns are eating off black criminality. They have to make you criminals. That's why I always talk about economic empowerment. Economic empowerment. Economic empowerment. You got to economically empower yourself. What's up? Who's calling?
Peace, Tariq. This is DJ from New York, about with NC.
Hey, how you doing, DJ?
What's going on? Hey, tonight my first time really ever checking out your show. I usually listen to the Pills No Lead. Shout out to Red and Blue Pill.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but I was checking out your show for the first time. Big up on what you be doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Comments to you and Hidden Colors and all the stuff that you've been doing.
Yes, indeed.
For real. You've been, you know what I'm saying? But speaking on this whole issue of the criminalization of the black man and everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm noticing on the world agenda, I don't know, because I'm from the islands.
I can hear. Where you from? Trinidad or Jamaica? Where you from?
No, I'm from Jamaica.
Okay.
So
you sound like you can make some good jerk chicken.
Jamaica,
you sound like you can make some curry goat like a motherfucker.
Man, I'm vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian though. I don't eat no meat, but you already know. But
there you go.
Speaking on the whole thing of what's going on with the world issue, I noticed that the IMF, the World Bank, and other organizations are basically bullying the smaller countries into basically making them police states. So in a way, it's basically making the world into a whole police state. So good night, son. So whenever you basically get locked up, where like one time you used to be able to run to Jamaica and get away from the people over here. You can't do that no more because go down there now. Basically, the feds is there.
Yeah.
And that's anywhere in Africa and everything like that. And the next thing that they setting up to is like when they're there, that the countries, for them to even get trade from, America for stuff like that, they got to basically sign all the stuff that's going on and helping the country trying to basically, develop itself as an independent country.
Right.
So now they're making this police state, so you can't go anywhere. So like how they're policing over here in America the same way, they basically they police that way.
Okay, but this brother, shit. Man, if y'all don't call up and get to the goddamn point, had to let him go. Brother, this nigga said police state about 20 times. I'm like, brother, if you get to the point.
Get out of here, you damn nigga!
Get to the point when y'all call up to my show, man. I wanted the brother to get to the point. I'm rocking with him. Come on, man, my time is valuable. This brother just kind of a police state, and you go to, I don't know what he was talking about. The brother lost me a little bit. The brother lost me. Let me tell y'all something. If you call up, gather your thoughts, then call up to this motherfucker. Don't call up and try to figure out what you're gonna say. He called up, hey, I'm here. Hey man, Bummerclad. I'm so glad I'm here. I love your stuff. Bummerclad, I love it. Oh, okay, all right. Well, a police state in Africa, in Jamaica, you go down the street and get shot by the feds, and it's a police state. And I'm like, did y'all know what he's talking about? I'm like, okay. Shit, to be honest, I was checking my Twitter while this nigga was talking. So y'all got he must have smoked some of that Jamaican ganja before he called up. But I need you to gather your thoughts before you call up, family. Just gather your thoughts, and I just need you to get to the point. What's up? Who's calling?
What's up, Tariq? It's your boy Brandon, man, from out of Flint, Michigan.
Brandon out of Flint. How you doing, Brandon?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. Shoot, I'm good right now, man. Just out here on the road doing my truck driving thing, getting out, trying to get this money back going for you, boy, man.
There you go, man. What's on your mind?
Shit, man, what's on my mind is I'm trying to go ahead and figure out, maybe have some advice for, like, brothers that are out here making their daily moves around the day to try to figure out how to deal with this police situation when we're getting pulled over. I had a situation back in June where I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm out there and I'm just doing my thing, doing my player thing for real.
Yeah.
And I got this, and the next thing I know, I got this cop that pulled me on over, man, and try to hit me with DUI, and I'm a CDL holder, so I just had my whole career messed up for the last few months.
Damn. Yeah, man, this shit is heavy, man. It's real heavy out here, brother. And black folks got to really get serious, and we got to start surrounding ourselves around serious black folks. There's just some niggas out here who ain't gonna make it. We just got to accept that. These knucklehead, I'm standing in line for 3 days to get some Jordan type niggas. We got to let them go, man. We can't waste our time trying to recruit those people. We got people out here who are against us. We need to get a code of conduct and stand with each other, man, so we can protect ourselves. But thanks for the call, man.
Oh, man.
No one more thing, nigga. You gotta go. No one more thing, man. You got to go.
Get out of here, you damn nigga!
Get your ass out of here. Y'all know my time is valuable. Let's see who else we got. Y'all long-winded. I want you to talk, but damn. What's up? Who's calling?
Bobby.
Bobby, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Okay, a lot of Michigan people tonight. What's going on with Michigan?
I just wanted to. What's going on with Michigan, man? We out here following you, man. You got a lot of support out here, a lot of love, man.
Much
Thanks for everything you're doing.
Much respect. What's on your mind, brother?
I worked in the criminal justice field for a while, juvenile justice, and just wanted to share some thoughts with you, and just run a couple things by you.
And you're going to do it fast. We need you to do it fast and get to the point, brother.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Go ahead.
Now, one of the things that I saw was just a lot of corruption, a lot of bull that always happened, and being somebody that was around it and wanted to make some changes, but there's the pressure that would be there. And I got to imagine that a lot of people in a lot of these police departments see a lot of stuff go on, but they don't say anything.
Yeah. That's the major problem, because a lot of people try to do this whole, well, all cops aren't bad, that whole argument. And my thing is this: if you have an institution that's set up by different people who are maintaining an injustice based on race, then the whole thing is corrupt. You can't play the I'm not bad because my brother who I'm in this organization with, he's bad but not me. All of you are bad if you're protecting the bad people. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, and that's all I wanted to say. And I ended up catching hell, for doing the right thing. And in my career, and there was times when you would see other people that would be on bullshit get promoted.
Yeah.
And that's what happens a lot.
Yes,
people that are willing to take part, keep everything quiet, not ruffling feathers, and end up getting promoted.
Yes, indeed. So you're not in law enforcement no more?
Oh no, not anymore. I got pushed out. I got fired.
Yeah.
Got walking papers, and other people got promoted out of this situation.
But thank God, man, you got your other career going, and I got video footage of your other career, brother. Is this you right here? Hold on, right here.
Yo soy el caballo de tira, mejor conocido como Pete de la Anguila. Este es el estilo de Pete de la Anguila, de Pete de la Anguila, Pete de la Anguila.
My nigga's a skinny rapper. I had to get him. My man set that one up. I had to get him. All right. Man, my nigga is MC hungry. Oh man, so I want some of our white brothers and sisters to call back up. The troll, it was a troll who called up, but we want some of the white brothers and sisters to call up and state what you got to say. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is the Afro-Canadian. How are you?
Hey, Afro-Canadian. How are you, young lady?
I'm good.
What's on your mind?
Just wanted to touch upon the fact that there are a lot of these white artists out there who have been appropriating Black culture, Justin Timberlake, Iggy Azalea, Justin Bieber. And when instances like these where Black people are being murdered in the streets or we are being treated unjustly comes about, they really don't have anything to say at this point, and they're kind of silent. And I think we kind of need to call them out on that. If you're going to involve yourself within the community, you need to do something about it. I mean, I'm not expecting them to do it, but I mean, they should be called out.
They should. Because the thing is, we're always made to parade around and cape for everybody else. And when shit goes down with us, a lot of these artists are silent, like the Justin Timberlakes. Again, and y'all know I've said my displeasure of Justin Timberlake not standing up for Janet Jackson when she was going through her thing. So a lot of these people do need to be called out, and I feel you're 100% on that. Some people in the room are saying you sound sexy. What do you look like, Africa? You always tell me, but I forget. Have we seen your picture, Afro Canadian?
I think so. I called a while back.
Okay, because I just got one video on you. I don't have your picture, and this is the only video.
A video?
Yeah, this one right here. Hold on.
I don't like the fact that you YouTubers leaving me comments saying that I look like a man. That hurts my feelings. I am no man. I am all woman. Stop leaving me comments saying that I'm a man. Stop calling me a man. I am not a man. I am all woman. I'm tired of people always going on there, leaving me comments so quick to want to judge from the outer view. I am not a man once and for all. Stop saying that I'm a man. I am 100% woman. Stop calling me that. Stop saying that. Stop saying that.
There you go. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for the call, Afro-Canadian. on my on MelanorNation.org, we ran this story of this lady named Leanne Tui. This lady named Leanne Tui, she was the mom from the Blind Side movie. The movie The Blind Side was based on her and Michael Orr. She was the adopted mother of the black teen Michael Orr, who became a football player. And the movie The Blind Side, Sandra Bullock played her character. Now, Leanne Tui, I wasn't a big fan of that movie because I don't like that whole white savior, poor, little disenfranchised Negro in need of the white savior, but you don't say how the Negro got poor in the first place, which is because of the white supremacists. But the whole blind side white savior thing is something that they love to promote. And why do I keep wanting to call this woman Leon? This Leanne Tui lady, she owns restaurants all over the place, like KFC restaurants and different businesses. And y'all got to understand this. Just because a suspected white supremacist brings you in their home, they can get one black person and bring you in their home and treat you nice or whatever. That don't mean that they're still not white supremacists. And see, this is the thing that gets black people caught up. Black people get confused by this. You think just because some white person is treating you nice, they'll get you and treat you very nice. You think that this person is not a white supremacist. Because see, white supremacy is all about, it's a group effort. It's a group phenomenon. And black empowerment has to be a group phenomenon. So what the white supremacists will do, they will always prevent black people from empowering themselves as a group. But they will get one or two black people and give them things. And say, look, I'm not racist. I got a black friend. I'm not racist. I've had 3 black people at my house. You understand? So this lady, Leanne Tui, because now she's parading herself around like the queen of the Negroes. It's that whole Tarzan Jane shit where I got my Negroes under control. I know how to talk to the Negroes. I know their language. Some of the white supremacists get off on that little shit. Oh, I got some black people. I'll talk to them for you. Hey, bro. You know, they talk to you like you're at a fucking zoo or some shit. Hey, bro. What's kicking, home skillet? And then they go back to talk to their white friends as if they translated for them the black experience. You understand? That's why a lot of them like hip-hop. They listen to a hip-hop record, now they know black folks. You dig? So, Leanne Tui is one of those people. So, she's at one of her little restaurants. She's with some of her white supremacist friends, and I'm saying they're white supremacists because one of her friends who was with her, this white lady, was looking at these 2 black teens who were sitting in a table, in a booth. They were talking to each other. And the lady was like, those 2 blacks look like they're up to no good. Those 2 boys look like they're up to no good. So what she did, she put up this post on her Facebook page. She was like, yeah, I was at, let me read it. Let me read it so I don't misidentify this thing. Let me read what she put up. So, on her Facebook page, she put up a picture with her and the two teenage boys, the two black boys. And this is what she put, trying to pat herself on the back as if she's some kind of savior. This is what she put. She said, "We see what we want. It's the gospel truth. These two," speaking of the two boys in the picture, "they were huddled in a corner at a table, nose to nose, and the person with me said, 'I bet they're up to no good.' Well, you know me. I walked over and I told them to scoot over. After 10 seconds of dead silence, I said, 'So what's happening at this table?' I get nothing. Then I explained, 'It's my store and you should spill it.' So they showed me their phones, and they showed me they were texting their friends trying to scrape up $3 each for the high school basketball game. Well, they left with smiles and money for popcorn and bus fare. You know, we have to stop judging people and assuming and pigeonholing people. Don't judge a book by its cover, or however you like to express that sentiment. Accept others and stop seeing what you want to see." And she got thousands of other white supremacists. "Oh, you're so great. Oh, you're so wonderful." They were just praising her. And a lot of people who got sense were looking like, "Wait a minute, why are you going up to random black people making them explain what they're doing?" And the boys are standing there, you know, and they were congratulating this lady as if she's solved the race issue, which is basically what she did, was come across as a white supremacist herself, going up and making them explain why they were there, because she was going to call the police on their ass if they didn't. So they were making it seem like the boys were all poor and she did them a favor. And we at Melanoid Nation, we found the boys, we found one of them, and we did an interview with them. And I'm going to play that interview right now. We did an interview with the kid so he can tell his side. And this is how he felt about the situation. And I want y'all to listen to this interview. My man Chris and the other gentleman was it your friend or your brother? Who was the other guy?
It's like my brother. We actually grew up together through high school.
And now how old are you guys, man? How old are you and how old is your homie?
I'm 18 and he's 17.
Okay, so you guys were in Cincinnati. You were in KFC when all of this happened, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now what happened? Y'all was sitting there. Basically, you were, from what I understand, you were charging your phones, right?
Yeah, he was actually charging his phone so that he could call his uncle to get him the money for the game.
Okay, and how much was the game?
The game was only $3. His uncle was supposed to give him 10.
Okay. Because they made a big deal about y'all were trying to get $3, trying to scrape up $3 for a high school basketball game and all that stuff. But go ahead. Now, what else happened? So he was on the phone, or he was trying to get money from his uncle, and what happened?
Well, yeah, we was just sitting there for a while, and actually beforehand, before we had actually sat down in KFC, when we walked in, we actually saw them as a group standing there, but we didn't actually know who she was. We really didn't pay attention to it.
Okay, not too many people know who she is. They know who the character Sandra Bullock played, but a lot of folks just simply don't know who she is. But go ahead.
Okay, so we were sitting down for a while, and she comes over, and she sits there and looks at us and was like, "What's up, guys?" And we both just looking like, should we respond to her? Because out of all the stuff that's been going on between the racial profiling with all the black kids and white people, we didn't know how should we respond to her, so we just kept quiet. So to break the silence, she was just like, this is my story, spill it. So we thinking she the manager, we thinking she gonna kick us out if we don't tell her what's going on. So we explained to her what was going on, but we never actually showed her our phones. Like, we never showed her that we was texting people. We just happened to have our phones in our hands, and she asked us what we was doing. We was like, we're waiting on his uncle to call him back so that he could get the money for the game. And so we actually had a conversation for about 5 minutes. She was asking us how school was going, were we athletes, how was our grades, etc. So as the conversation continued on, she asked us, have we ever heard of the movie Blind Side? And at that moment,
my brother, the person I was with, was like, "Oh my God, you're the actual mother." Like, not the actor, the actual mother though. So he actually recognized it before I did.
Okay.
And as I kept looking at it, I was like, "Yo, this really is her." So once we clarified that and actually recognized who she was, her friends, who were standing over by the counter and register, started laughing and looking over. And we was looking, like, I thought I was actually on a TV show. I thought I was getting punked or something, because I still didn't believe it for at least 15 minutes. I still didn't believe this was happening.
Okay.
So we got up and walked over to her friends, and we all started having a conversation. And the guy she was with actually looked like the father from the movie. I don't know who the man was, but he actually looked like the father from the movie, but it turns out he wasn't.
Okay. Okay. So how many people were with her?
It was probably about 3 or 4, because I remember it was a lady and 2 guys. I can't remember it's actually a 4th person, but I know it was 3 for sure.
Okay, okay. So you guys started talking to the friends, right?
Yeah.
And what were they saying?
They were all just like, yeah, this is the lady from Blindside, going along with the whole situation. Like, we were never actually aware of that her friend had made the comment, which made Leanne come over to us and speak to us.
Right.
We were never aware of that.
Okay, okay. They were all grinning in your face like everything was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what else happened while you were talking to Leanne for about 5 minutes, and then what else happened?
Well, we were talking, and she came up with an agreement. Well, if I treat you guys to the game, will you do a good deed tomorrow? And we sat there and thought about it at first because we thought she was bluffing about the whole situation.
Okay.
So we kind of sat there and thought it over for a little bit. And we was like, yeah, we ain't got nothing to lose. We might as well. So we agreed to it. And she actually didn't give us $3. She actually gave us $20 a piece, which is what really surprised me.
Okay. So she gave us $20 each. Okay.
She asked us what was the game at, and I told her it was a measly 3 men walk up the street. And she was like, oh, you guys want to ride with us? So we was just like, nah, we just going to wait here for a minute. So after she handed us the money, she was just like, hey, you know what? This would be a great time for a picture. And we was in the midst of still believing that we actually just met the actual mother of Michael Orr. So we just kind of went along with this situation. Like, you know what? Might as well. So I had it on my phone, too. Like, I want to show my friends that this was a great experience, that I actually got to meet the actual mom of Michael Orr. So we both took pictures on both our phones. And that's basically how the situation ended.
Okay.
We all said goodbye and stuff too, like that.
Oh, okay, okay. Because some people were mentioning even on your Instagram how you were like saying how it was a lucky day, so you were kind of excited about it, right?
Yeah, I was actually excited to meet her.
Okay, okay, but
I love the movie.
Right, and a lot of people are making it seem like this is this big white savior thing, because I'm not comfortable with how things went down personally. I don't like the fact that they came up to you, she came up to you, basically interrogating you dudes. I don't think that was cool. And then trying to play it off like, are you guys going to do a good deed, here's some money, because that's not the premise what she came up to you as. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand where a lot of people are coming from with their situation. Yeah. I never actually have looked at it from that point of view, but now that I'm seeing a lot more people are saying the same thing, it's kind of coming to me.
Yeah, because, she shouldn't have never came up to you guys in the first place, because, again, when you found out that the friend was like, those 2 guys are up to no good, how'd you feel about that?
Well, to be honest, I was pretty mad, because I'm like, oh, because we're some black males sitting in a booth by ourselves, minding our business, we got to be up to no good, which is usually the stereotype of black males when they're hanging around together.
Absolutely.
So I was pretty mad about that.
Absolutely. And on her Instagram, not her Instagram, but her Facebook, she was talking about how you guys got money for bus fare. But like you said, the game was only like a 3-minute walk, right?
Yeah, because where were we at? The KFC we was at was actually up the street from our house. We had actually, before we got to KFC, was actually coming from where the game was at. We just needed to meet somewhere to meet his uncle to get the money.
Okay.
So we actually had walked from the game previous to coming to KFC.
Okay. Because I don't like that whole narrative of them making you guys seem like some poor little impoverished black kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's who knows me is talking about, because I actually didn't know she posted it on any of her social media sites. My teacher is the one who actually brought it to my attention because she saw it in her news feed, and she was kind of ticked off at all the comments and how she worded the situation.
Yeah.
And when I showed my mama, she became outraged at it too, because she was like, my son isn't at all poor or some type of charity case.
I feel your mom. And I was wondering, I'm like, I wonder how these young men's parents feel that this woman came up basically interrogating them like this and then tried to play it off, and now it turned into some kind of feel-good white savior story. Because, again, I know when she sat down with you guys, I know the first thing in your mind was like, okay, what's going on? What did you think? Were you guys a little nervous when she first sat down?
Yeah, we were actually nervous because it was like, you know, some random, not trying to be racist, but some random white lady just came over, brought a chair next to our table and sat there and looked at us as if we were up to some trouble or something. So we was actually kind of nervous, which is why we didn't respond in the first place.
I can imagine. I can imagine that. Because, yeah, you know, her family, she's like, you know, part of law enforcement. Her dad was a U.S. Marshal, so you know, her whole tough gal Southern act, that comes from her having backup of law enforcement. And she knows that her word against any young black male is going to be believed over them. So I can imagine the fear that went through you, because I would have assumed that she has already called the police if she just sat down next to me and didn't say anything, and then started to demand you guys to spill it. You know, what did you guys think when she was saying spill it? What were you thinking?
Well, I thought she may have thought we was causing some type of trouble or incident at the store, but we wasn't. I wasn't actually sure of why she said spill it, because we hadn't done anything wrong. And during the process, I was thinking in my head, like, OMG, I hope I didn't do nothing before this that may have caused her to think we're causing some type of trouble.
Right.
You know.
And that's unfortunate, man, that we have to be on alert and we have to be in a position where we are interrogated by suspected white supremacists. And that's a very unfortunate thing for black people around the country. That goes back into that whole Jim Crow era where black people have to explain their presence to people. And we have a lot of racial incidents that's popping up in this country, and it's not being addressed. And black people around the country are being terrorized psychologically and physically. So you were definitely in the right to be concerned about this woman's intentions, even though this was her establishment. You didn't know that. And again, you don't know what a person is going to accuse you of. But I just want other black people, especially black youths, to know when you're out and about like this and people pull a stunt like this, you are in danger. This is not like some kind of feel-good story. If you guys had not have given this woman the answer she wanted to hear, you know, telling what could have happened. She could have easily called the police and said, hey, these two young black men are trespassing, or they look like they're about to rob the place, and the cops could have ran up and start blasting on you dudes. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand you completely, sir.
Yeah. So the severity of that is a little more serious than these suspected white supremacists are trying to make it out to be. And I'm glad you guys are all right, man. You know what I want? I want to get the address to that KFC. I will personally send her back her funky little $40, because you're not no charity case. My organization will give you guys a couple of dollars, which you don't need it, but just for your inconvenience. Now, you work, right? You're not no poor, disenfranchised kid. You do have a job, right?
Yeah, I've actually had a job for over a year now. I've been working at McDonald's, and I've recently actually got promoted to being a crew trainer for my hard work and leadership.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So that whole thing where they have to... All right, so that's enough of the interview. That's enough of the interview right there. So that's the young man, and my man broke the story down and everything like that. Yes, indeed. So that's what it is right there. All right, so it's amazing that our kids get put in that trick bag, and people try to come at us sideways like that. You know, that's amazing that people try to pull that little move on us. You dig? All right, we got a lot of folks trying to call up. This one, I was looking at Twitter, and some young lady was that Kitty lady. Kitty, you watching? Call up, Kitty. this Kitty person was saying something. I want this lady named Kitty something who is disagreeing with me on Twitter. I want her to call up. The Kitty lady. Who's this?
Hey, this is Alex from San Diego.
What's up, Alex? You white, black? What are you, Alex?
Black.
Okay, I wanted some white folks or Kitty to call up. How you call back? All right, I want that Kitty lady to call up. I want to hear what she has to say. She has some criticism. I wanted to hear what her criticism was. What's up? Who's calling? Uh-oh. The phone froze. Hold on. Let's see who this is. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, man. This is Ron again from Conyers, Georgia.
I'll have you call back.
A third.
Ron, just put it on hold for a minute, Ron. Ron, just put it on hold for a minute, brother. Ron, just put it on hold for a minute, brother. I want this Kitty lady to call up. All right, what's up? Who's calling? Hello?
Hello, who is this?
Right here.
Well, hello there. This is DJ Damien from K102.2 The Surge, and you're our lucky caller. You're lucky day because all you got to do is answer one question.
Get your ass out of here. All right, I'm looking for the Kitty lady to call up. All right? What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Frank Edwards.
Have you call up later, brother. All right, I know there might be a little delay. Okay. I'm waiting on the Kitty lady to call up. Yes, indeed. Kitty. Let's see you call up. What's up? Who's calling?
Trey from New York.
Okay, Dre, I have you call back, all right? I'm going to have you call back. I'm going to have you call back, Dre. What's up? Who's calling?
Good evening. This is Kitty Bella, Katrina Goodluck calling from New Jersey. How are you?
I'm good. Now, Kitty, you were saying something too. I was just looking at my Twitter, and Kitty was saying something about you were disagreeing with. I'm trying to see exactly what you said so I don't misquote you. You were talking about us, and you were talking about Hidden Colors, right?
Right.
And you were saying that. Hold on. You were saying that when we fail when we fail to include lesbian, gay, transgender narratives in a film about Black history, that's an act of violence. That's what you said.
That is what I said. Absolutely.
And it's called erasure. And Hidden Colors explains what happened to people by white supremacy. So how is that an act of violence? Not talking about lesbian, Black, gay issues.
Well, of course, brother Tariq, it's an act of violence in, of course, a literal sense. And when I say that because oftentimes the LGBT, specifically the trans community, has been erased out of the narrative in the Black culture. And as much as I love your films, I discovered them years ago, and I'm obsessed with everything, how it's done, how it's produced, the information. However, I was troubled when I saw the lack of narrative in there. And so when I saw the tweets today from the young brother that was tweeting you, or sister, I'm sorry.
I think it was a sister, yeah.
Yes, sister, I'm sorry. The sister that was tweeting you, I was like, wow, this is just bringing up some things that I was feeling. And so that's why I tweeted you, because I was like, well, what really is going on? And then when I saw your responses to it, I was like, oh, I don't know if this analysis is there. Like, I don't know. Like, I just would like to hear more about why you feel that particular part of our history did not need to be included in the film.
Well, the thing is, now you're a transgender person?
Yes, I'm a trans woman of color. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well,
preferably called Queen Goddess.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I don't know too much about trans people and the trans community. So I do films about things that I'm an expert on. I know history. I know African history very well. So I just do things about subjects that I know. And my answer, if it's that important for the African American story of trans, gay, lesbian people to be told, how come some of you brothers and sisters within the trans and gay community, how come y'all haven't done that yet?
And what I would say to that, brother, is when you talk about you being an expert on that, would you not say that there is a recorded history that shows that we trans, black, gay, we are part of that history? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to talk about history, then you should be inclusive of all of that history.
Right.
You know, so I understand that you're saying you're not familiar with that, but willful ignorance.
Well, the trans community.
It's never. Wait, let me finish. Willful ignorance is never an excuse, and willful ignorance is a tool of the oppressor.
Okay, that your sister.
So I think
that's kind of
careful about
that's kind of a catchphrase. You do. That's kind of like, for example, if you were doing the film, let's say I got you on as a person who's helping with the film, what would you have put in the Hidden Colors films about the contributions of a gay black person? What would you have put in the film?
The same things that my sister was saying, talking about all the wonderful contributions of the people who that you mentioned that you are aware of their work, like Audre Lorde, James Baldwin, all the people who we know, were part of the community. Even going back further, we know during certain periods of time, there were two-bodied persons. You know what I'm saying? That we were exalted. We were queens. We were kings and queens. So it's like,
wait.
That's a part of history.
But was there a gay king and queen in Africa? That I've never heard of one.
Well, they didn't use that word, and you know that's not the wording in the language that was used.
What was the word?
I cannot tell you that. I cannot say that. That part, I will say that I am not aware of that, but I am sure that we know that word was not the word being used. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that you're asking me for these things. So I cannot say that, and I cannot speak to that. But what I can speak to is a more current history of the people in the community.
So
and
you want to be? Because most of my movies are about. But most of my movies are about like before slavery and stuff like that, and I just asked you who were the gay people in the black community before, the slavery. And you can't name any. So I'm how am I supposed to put in people that you don't even know?
Well, a lot of our history's been erased. So,
Okay, but yeah, if there's some gay black people who did some great things on the planet, I don't have a problem putting in it. I just put black people who contributed a lot of things in history in the film. And most of my film, again, it's about our history outside of slavery, because most of our history is about slavery, and most of my films are about what happened to us before slavery. We talked about the African presence in America before Columbus. We talked about the Moors and African kingdoms and the African presence worldwide. And the argument that you and other people in the lesbian gay training community, y'all say, well, it should have been more gay black people. Who were the gay black people before slavery? Anybody.
So then since you are the expert, you are more than an expert on me, on this particular subject, was that something that you even looked into? Did you discover any of that? Like, you said that you did that research, so I'm just curious. Like, right. Are you saying that you did not come across that, is what I'm trying to figure out?
I've never, to be honest, before the history of slavery, I'd just never seen any African history of black people being gay. I haven't seen it. I just never seen it before.
Okay. And I really can't speak to that because I have not done that research.
Right now, I'm going to touch on that in Hidden Colors 4, because I'm going to talk about how there were gay slave owners and how they would rape black men, and how there were gay, lesbian, female slave owners, especially down in New Orleans, and two of the biggest plantation owners down in New Orleans were two gay white women who they got a restaurant called Two Sisters down there to this day. And how it's funny that a lot of black folks in the gay community try to side with these suspected white supremacists in the gay community as if they were not white supremacists and they were some of the biggest slave owners out there. So we need to know that part of history, how we're all, you're my sister and our gay brothers, I look at you as all brothers, and we're all under the system of white supremacy. So I fight for you too. So I don't have to pick and choose certain black folks. We're all brothers and sisters. That's how I look at it. That makes sense?
It does. And I appreciate your candor. I appreciate the information that you're sharing, and I honor that. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling up, Kitty. All right?
Thank you so much.
All
Have a
right.
good night, Mr. Tariq.
All right. Yeah, there you go. See? There you go. Not waste the time, because see, you see how you can get stuff done without all the name calling and all that old bullshit? Because see, a lot of people start trying to be vitriolic. How come you didn't put no gay people in the movie? How come that? Okay, who were the gay people before slavery who were black? Okay. You feel me? I'm a question asker. All you got to do is just ask questions. You just got to ask questions. You know, there's some other shit I should have asked her about. I could have got on her about Audre Lorde. I could have went there like, what did she do? What did she actually accomplish? I could have got on Audre Lorde, but I just wanted to stick to the history. I just wanted to stick to history. You dig? I could have got on Audre Lorde. I could have got on her. You dig? But again, I would like point out the homosexuality with African people before slavery. That's how you shut that. you just ask questions. You dig? Again, now after slavery, of course, there were a lot of black people who were gay after slavery because, again, we interacted with the white supremacists. And in the civil rights movement, there were gay people. At Bayard Rustin, there was James Baldwin. But James Baldwin was so brilliant, and he was a writer. So he was a writer, and he put his stuff in the movie is just kind of out of context. It hadn't got nothing to do with him being gay. He was a brilliant guy, and I've learned a lot of stuff from James Baldwin, but him being gay that literally has no relevance to anything. That has no relevance to anything. But again, yeah, James Baldwin was the truth, man. I give James Baldwin he was the truth. That brother, he spoke some real shit, and he understood white supremacy, and he knew that was the problem. So he was focused on white supremacy. He wasn't focused on him being gay or whatever. He was focused on white supremacy, as he should have been. What's up? Who's calling? Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
What's up, man?
My name is Xavier from Atlanta.
All right, what's on your mind, Xavier?
Oh man, I appreciate how you handled that lady. You didn't disrespect her at all. You spoke with elegance, and you spoke real clear about it. You didn't you didn't feed into negativity at all.
Absolutely.
Now, but I have a quick question.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, I have a coworker at my job. He's a little older guy. How do I handle him? Because he's got a certain leadership role, and he's kind of doing a little too much, and I want to address him, but I don't want to kind of step on his toes if he's a brother, and I don't like to kind of step on other brothers' toes that have some type of power.
Oh Lord, how old is he?
He's about 60. He played in the NFL. He's just out. He's doing too much to me.
Is he like going to kind of showing out in front of the white folks or something?
Yes, I respect him so much. I don't want to call him a coon, but that's what he does, man.
Yeah, that's what he is. I already know, dude. I already know, man. Before you even said it, these dudes, man, especially older black people, you give them a position over other black folks. They always give them positions over other black people. And these niggas do not know how to act, man. They get out there, they get the showing out, they get the clowning you, talking crazy to you because they can't talk crazy to nobody else at that job. So they'll take all that shit out on you. So, I feel your pain, man. I really feel you. And I say, man, don't let this brother get you fucked up with your money. Because always deal with people over his head. Deal with the people at the job that's his boss's. You feel me? And,
oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And also, when you go to work, man, bump this on his ass.
What about black on black crime? Where the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime? Where the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime? Where the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime? Where the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime?
Well, that's what you got to do, man. When you got coons at your job, just kind of bump that a little bit in front of them, and they'll get the point. Just bump that in front of them; they'll get the point. And then just go to YouTube and type in the Coon Train. We got part 1, 2, and 3. That was part 1 right there. Anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here, man. I got to go kick it with my family. My mother's in town. My daughter's upstairs. My son TJ is jumping around like crazy. So what do we got going on? A lot of folks still in the room. I know we in here heavy tonight. Well, we are in here heavy. But what I'll do, I'll get the music for Tariq Radio to pop off tonight, all right? I'll get the music for Tariq Radio. Go to HiddenColorsFilm.com to get the movies Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. HiddenColorsFilm.com to get Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. All right? HiddenColorsFilm.com. Get Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. Go to TariqElite.com. Get all that fresh fly gear. That's TariqElite.com, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Don't go nowhere. We're going to have Tariq Elite Radio popping right about now. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Tariq Nasheed. Instagram is Tariq Elite. Twitter's Tariq Nasheed. I'm going to holler. Shout out to my boy Star for calling up. I'm going to holler.